need to take some pressure off our defense and find ways to put some more points on the board. We're fully capable of that. We've been, a very dangerous, explosive offensive team when we're very intentional. We're only averaging, 98 for the series, and I thought that probably hurt us as much as anything in those two games at home. They stepped up their defense. They've made a couple adjustments. And some of it has been missed shots, but there's also been, some areas where we can do it better with our intentions and how we can get guys a little bit more space to operate and play to their strengths more.
The cliche, or the coach's cliche, or ours in the league, is veteran players, how they're so savvy and they learn, and it comes to the top even more in the playoffs. Kyle Lowry and Kevin Love, are they able to deliver more to the table because of that experience?
I feel so. A little bit what I talked about before, their competitive spirit, their nature of really enjoying everything about the playoffs. They have so much experience at the highest level. They love competing in these kind of environments and situations, even after disappointing losses. They love the challenge, and that they're both stubborn and defiant as competitors. And you need guys that really are looking forward to an unbelievable opportunity still ahead of us. It's the first team to 4. And all we're really focused on, we know, especially with that experience, just get this thing back to Miami.
With head coach Eric Spoelstra before Game 5, you touched on it in one of your answers, PJ's first question. Denver defense, they don't get a lot of fanfare on that end. So from your trained eye, from what you see, where are they sneaky better than most give them credit for?
They're very well coached. They have a system that makes sense for their personnel. So if you're trying to take advantage of certain things, it's not as easy as you might say on paper. And they have a lot of experience in their system. That's what really matters. They have that institutional knowledge. It's not like they're just put in a system this year. It's been several years in the making. And Jokic is extremely unique in that system. He had the 5 kickballs. He had 3 strip downs that led to steals and turnovers, and he's fully capable of doing that. He's like Kyle Lowry at 7 feet with his hands and his anticipation and things where you can beat him maybe vertically or with your speed. You have to be very alert on the battles that he can win. And so we just have to be really intentional with our spacing, our attacks, and making sure that we're doing things collectively on the same page.
That is Eric Spoelstra with Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo, Kesting and PJ joined Doris Burke and Roz Goldaway for the call of Game 5 of the Finals here on ESPN Radio. Of course, every Finals game is available on ABC.
Curry sets fire from way downtown. Throws it down.
I feel it's an honor and a privilege to call these games.
Oh, blocked by James.
But I also think it's a responsibility to do those moments right.
Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Pulls up. Bryant. Kevin Durant. Curry fires.
When you see the best on the biggest stage do these unbelievable things, it's just why I'm a screaming fool sometimes.
Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. One-on-one. Irving puts it up. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
One of the great pleasures of this job is watching where all the work, all the sweat ends up with what they all set out for as their number one and only goal.
Mike Breen's first ever NBA Finals game was in 2006. Game 1, Miami at Dallas. Tonight, Game 5, Denver hosting Miami. Mike Breen calls his 100th NBA Finals game. Congratulations to our colleague. Don't forget to log on to our Twitter account at NBA on ESPN Radio to vote in the AutoZone In the Zone poll question. Who's going to get in the zone for Game 5? Bam Adebayo or Jimmy Butler, Jamal Murray, or Nikola Jokic in the zone? Brought to you by AutoZone. Their free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free, and it can get you back on the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Does this series go to Miami for a Game 6 on Thursday, or is tonight coronation night for the Denver Nuggets? Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo, Doris Burke, and Roz Goldaway have the call of Game 5 next. This is the Finals on ESPN Radio.
Before Shopify, were you wondering, where are my sales at? Now you're selling with Shopify, the global commerce platform supercharging your selling. You have no problem selling online, in person, on social media, and beyond. Gary, easy on the cha-ching.
Sorry, but my Shopify sales are through the roof.
Start selling with Shopify today and discover how millions of businesses around the world use Shopify to ignite their selling. Start your free trial today at shopify.com/play. Shopify.com/play.
The classic Kentucky Fried Chicken Sandwich. Crispy chicken, 100% white meat with crunchy pickles and mayo. It might just be the best KFC chicken sandwich.
Oh, don't forget KFC Spicy Chicken Sandwich. It brings the heat.
Also very good.
Topped with a kick of spicy mayo, it might just be the best.
One of the best.
Okay, one of the best KFC chicken sandwiches out there.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Choose your flavor with KFC's Chicken Sandwich in classic
Or spicy.
That's finger licking good. Price of participation may vary.
They liked Bill as a basketball player. They just didn't agree with his views off the court.
They would blame it on the length of my hair. They would blame it on who I voted for. I vote in every election. I express my feelings. I'm an engaged citizen. I'm part of a team. What is more mainstream than that?
30 for 30 presents The Luckiest Guy in the World, episodes 3 and 4, tomorrow at 8 Eastern on ESPN, streaming same night on ESPN+.
Tuesday on Fitz and Harry, we're reacting to Game 5 of the NBA Finals. The Nuggets going for their first world championship.
And how great has Nikola Jokic actually been? We've got stats to back that up.
Give me the numbers. Fitz and Harry, Tuesday, noon Eastern on ESPN Radio, and watch on the ESPN app.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Culture-wise, maybe not defensively, but in terms of the Heat culture, Damian Lillard, is that the star you would go get?
This is not even a question. This should not even be up for debate, right? There's certain players that you look at and you say, okay, that fits into that. Dame, Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, Holy Trinity. Tell me that doesn't work. Without even mentioning Jimmy Butler or mentioning Bam Adebayo, now you still have the personality traits of Jimmy Butler and Dame. I do wonder what happens with that and how that gets worked through down the stretch, because they're both clutch players and how they share that responsibility. But if there's a person to manage those two, the same way LeBron James and D Wade got managed, that would be Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra. There's not even a question that I think that situation will work.
Jason Fitz and Harry Douglas are Fitz and Harry.
The more we looked at Jalen Hurts throughout the course of last year in the regular season, the more everybody put their eyes squarely on Jalen Hurts, the more badass he seemed, the more Philly he got. Through and through, the more swaggy he got, the more the pressure rose. So it's funny, pressure here has created a swagger and a legend, and I only think that getting paid will add to that. It won't take away from it at all.
Fitz and Harry, weekdays at noon Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
I speak receiver. No, he's not excited to be a Raider right now. They cut his guy. His guy goes to New Orleans. He gets the playbook. He's like, man, we getting ready to dink and dunk. We got Jimmy damn Garoppolo.
TJ and Max.
Rodney in Massachusetts.
Jay, I don't know what it is with you, man. I love you, then I hate you, then I love you, then I hate you again, bro.
Spike Lee, ladies and gentlemen.
Keyshawn, I love you.
Are you insane? TJ and Max. Weekday morning starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2. The Baseball Tonight podcast.
But I also see, off in the distance on the horizon, this monumental battle for American League MVP, Tim. Because Aaron Judge is good or better than he was last year. He's putting together this amazing start, despite the fact that he was on the injured list for a period of time. And Shohei Ohtani is ridiculous.
The Baseball Tonight podcast is on the ESPN app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Murray off the curl, lifts it for the rim. Gordon waits for it to come down in traffic, pump fakes twice, and puts it in.
Wow, great patience. Eric Spoelstra's seen enough.
Felt like you're blitzing every pick and roll, just basically trying to limit my shot attempts. So I'm not going to fight it. Make it an easy pass.
Corner three, it's good for Aaron Gordon. 25 for Gordon in game 4.
Third three, just playing off his teammates. He's been brilliant.
He was the perfect addition when they picked up Aaron Gordon. Any game epitomized who this group is as a team. It was this game. Your stars don't play great offensively, but still very impactful. You always need that third guy to have a big night, whoever that may be. So it was him.
The Denver Nuggets have won 5 straight on the road, and they're headed home for a chance at their first NBA title.
Biggest thing is first to 4. That's the biggest thing, first to 4. And you take it one game at a time and figure this thing out.
You know, we have an incredibly competitive group. We've done everything the hard way, and that's the way it's going to have to be done right now again. And all we're going to focus on is getting this thing back to the 305. Get this thing back to Miami.
The NBA on ESPN Radio is presented by Indeed. Attract, interview, and hire at Indeed.com/credit. Now from Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado, alongside Doris Burke, PJ Carlesimo, and Ross Gold on Woode. Here's Mark Kestisher.
And we welcome you inside raucous Ball Arena. You thought games 1 and 2 were loud. It is louder than that here for Game 5 of the NBA Finals, where a title can be claimed tonight. The Denver Nuggets up 3-1 on the Miami Heat. Have a chance to close out this best-of-7 on their home floor. A very expensive ticket to get into this building tonight. Seats in the upper reaches were going for almost $1,000 today on the secondary ticket websites. Courtside seats were going for $18,000 each. Doris and PJ, they're hoping to see some history tonight.
Incredible to think that a one-time second-round draft choice, 41st overall, is on the precipice of his first NBA title. Perhaps Nikola Jokic can silence the doubters. And PJ, Michael Malone, whose lineage is in the coaching profession, he too on the brink of something special.
Incredible job. We'll get PJ's mic on in just a moment. Doris, obviously, Michael Malone, Brendan Malone, his father was 30 years in the NBA. And PJ can't be more proud of his son. I know you and Brendan go way back.
Yeah, and I think I've known Brendan longer than Michael's been alive. But he and his wife, Maureen, great people. They are so proud of what Michael's done. And I just love the fact that the Denver franchise, starting with the Cronkies and Tim Conley when he was here, and now Calvin Booth, they've stayed the course with Michael Malone, and it's paid off. This team is just getting better and better. They've played the best in the playoffs, and they've played a level above what they did in the regular season.
We know the Broncos have won 3 Super Bowls. Peyton Manning is here tonight. The Avalanche, there are 3 Stanley Cup banners up in the rafters, one from just a season ago. The Nuggets, they don't even have their Western Conference title banner up there. That'll come next year. They're hoping to raise an NBA banner. But, Doris, as we get to our keys to the game, let's start with the Miami Heat, because they certainly are hoping to get this back to Miami for a 6th game.
You can absolutely accuse me of plagiarism from PJ Carlesimo because he had the Miami keys in Game 4. But by this time of the season, who you are and how you win is clearly defined. And that means it begins with their belief system, which has held them through some tough circumstances. Jimmy Butler averaged 37 points per game in the first round against Milwaukee. He's going to have to be brilliant. He's probably going to have to go for 30 or above. And the three-point line throughout these playoffs has been a driver of success. The only game they went north of 100, they made 17 threes, and it accounts for their one win in Game 2. They have to find some offense. It has been anemic against a Denver team that is just loaded offensively.
And PJ, for the Denver Nuggets, if they get this championship, we're going to look back on what they did those 2 games on the road. They won 2 very different ways. What are you looking for tonight?
Well, I'm going to obviously steal from Doris also. The number one key is the emotional key. It's not the X's and O's. Somehow the Nuggets have got to exceed the desperation level of the Miami Heat. To do that, they need to dominate inside. They've owned the paint. 50 more paint points over the first 4 games. And that three-point line that Doris talked about, that's the biggest danger. Miami's the number 1 three-point shooting team in the playoffs. That Game 2 that Doris referenced, when they made 17, they shot 49%. They can do that.
We'll see if they can get it done tonight, down to their last loss. Get the starting lineups for game number 5, and they will stick with the starting backcourt of Gabe Vincent and Max Strus, who are a combined 4 for 27 over their last couple of games. The front line of Kevin Love and Bam Adebayo. And Jimmy Butler is averaging 21 points per game in the series. For the Denver Nuggets, Jamal Murray, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, your backcourt. Up front, it is Aaron Gordon, who was so spectacular in Game 4. Michael Porter Jr. has been slumping, and Nikola Jokic is in the middle. And before we get to tip, let's check in with Roz Gold on Woody Tyler Hero. We watched him warm up.
Yes, Kesty, after speaking with Heat staff, they admit they need more offense. Tyler Hero is available. I watched him have a great warm-up with that right broken hand. He's been doing all parts of team practice, and I've been told he looks good. He told me ahead of Game 2 he still has some swelling and soreness, but with the season on the line, he understands the assignment today. Tyler's going to come off the bench, and the Heat are going to keep their normal rotation to make sure that guys like Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, they keep their rhythm. A member of the staff told me their backs are against the wall, and with this move, all of their cards are on the table.
Thank you, Roz. 8 weeks and a day since Tyler Hero last played. And Doris, they need Jimmy Butler to be the guy who in elimination games averages 35, 12, and 11. We said 21 points and clearly not 100%.
Well, so he has not been the same guy since he injured his ankle in Game 1 of the New York Knicks series. There was a stretch where 12 of 14 games he shot below 50%. Not only is he highly productive, but he's usually efficient. PJ, I had not seen this, but just moments before he walked to the floor, he had a warm wrap on the top of his right arm and then pushed it down to his forearm as well. So we'll keep an eye on that and communicate that to our listeners tonight if there's something in play there.
Our officials for tonight's Game 5, Mark Davis is the crew chief. He officiated Game 1. It's his 20th finals game. David Guthrie, who was in Game 1, his 10th finals game. Josh Tibbin, who officiated Game 3 in his 7th finals game. It is loud, and we are underway. Game 5, the Nuggets, a 3-1 series lead, and they've won the opening tip. Aaron Gordon will bring it into the front court. The big man, it was spectacular in Miami the other night. Gives it to Jokic, left of the circle. Denver in the white uniform. Sends it across, intercepted, intended for Jokic. Bam Adebayo has it on the break to the left. Dunks with 2 hands. And Miami gets 2 off the steal.
Turnover, not the way you want to start. No question about that. Jamal Murray just a little careless with the cross-court pass.
Murray didn't have any turnovers in the last game. And now another turnover. Michael Porter off the catch at the top from Murray. Travels with the basketball. 2 turnovers in the opening 32 seconds for Denver.
I have to wonder what their nerves are. Do they feel like they've got to throw a knockout punch early? They've got to settle into this basketball game, Kesty.
Dave Vincent will bring it front court. Goes to Butler on the left. On top, Adebayo. Now Kevin Love on the right wing. All above the arc. The struggling Max Strus has it. Over to Vincent, who's struggling with his shot. 10 to shoot. Inside the arc. Floats it off the window. Doesn't get the roll. Bounces off. Rebounded by Denver. 2-0 in favor of the Heat. Jamal Murray from the right wing. Drives down to the baseline. Finds Gordon down tight. Love got a hand on the contested shot and saved on the end line by Strus.
A lot of contact, but no call. Referee's going to let him play a little bit here early.
Jimmy Butler, front court for Miami. 1:10 in. Guarded by KCP. Backs him into the mid-post. Outside the Love. Refeeds Butler with 5. At the dotted line. Darts down. Had his shot knocked away. KCP, the save on the end line, but touched out of bounds as he came down. Josh Tibbin awards it late in the clock for Miami, 2.3. Now, Kyle Lowry and Kevin Love are arguing. I heard him say it hit the backboard. It's got to hit the rim.
No, he's going to ask him if there was possession. He's saying if there was possession, it'd be a reset. That Contavious had possession before he stepped out of bounds.
Ruling no possession here, so 2.8. Baseline left trigger. Gabe Vincent looking. Gets it into Strus. First shot from the wing is good, and Max Strus needed that one.
He had been absolutely brutal outside of the 4 for 7 in Game 2 from 3 in the first quarter. Other than that, awful.
Right here in this building.
He was 1 for 24 outside of that first quarter. 5-0 Miami. Jokic backing down Adebayo all the way down to the restricted area. Lost the ball, knocked away. Miami comes up with it. 3 turnovers. Here's Strus to the rim. Layup, no. Adebayo tips it. Denver's going to control. KCP into the front court. Diagonal cut to the free throw line. Fading jumper's good, and Denver's on the board in Game 5.
And the best news is the fans in front of us and next to us will sit down now. We can actually see without watching the monitor.
Kevin Love, front court, has it. 3-pointer contested by KCP. Shot no good off the rim. Michael Porter Jr. the rebound. 5-2 Miami, opening 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Jokic to Gordon on the right, cleared out, knocks down Strus, offensive foul. 4 turnovers by Denver in the first 2.5 minutes.
And they're pressing. And obviously, a chance at home. They don't want to have to go back to Miami. The sooner they can settle in and start to run good offense, the better off they're going to be.
Well, they made such a big deal out of meeting the desperation level early. They're fortunate it's only 5-2.
Fans didn't like the call, saw it on the Jumbotron. Here's Adebayo, middle of the lane. Oh, he just fired it to the Miami bench. Kyle Lowry caught it. Strus had cut up the three-point line. Lowry's not in the game. He's on the bench. Turnover Miami.
He was wide open.
He was. 9:20 to go, first quarter, 5-2 Miami. Porter, one dribble to Jokic up high. Nuggets only 2 shots in the game, and now Jokic against Strus, fouled. Crowd's not going to be happy. They got tangled up a little bit as they were driving down the lane, but the foul's going to be on Strus, and this will be side out of bounds for Denver from the right.
Max Strus figured he'd get his money's worth. The foul call was called at the foul line, and because Jokic kept pursuing the bucket, he kept fouling him.
Can only call it once, right?
That's it.
Add another scratch to Joker's arm.
Almost a 5th turnover. Porter's got it for 3, another miss. He has struggled like Strus on the other side. Rebound by Miami. 9 minutes to go, first quarter, 5-2 Heat. Butler front court, right side. Going to take on Jokic under the lane. Sends it out high, but Vincent goes up to grab it in the left corner. Guarded by Murray. Takes him off the bounce into the lane. Spins, Murray in him. Digs in, puts the shot up, missed it. Rebounded by Porter. Up ahead, they go to KCP. Catch and shoot 3. Pops in and out. Adebayo's got it for the Heat.
That was a quality look in transition for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and like Michael Porter Jr., it's been a grind for him.
Denver has missed 3 of its first 4. Here's a catch and shoot. Vincent 3. No good. A long rebound. Murray's got it. Starts transition. Denver doesn't have numbers. Murray will peel to the right. 5-2 Heat. 8:20 to go in the first. Murray probing. Jumps in the air. Goes to KCP on the left. He'll drive. He'll float off the glass and in for Caldwell-Pope.
It's amazing. It's 5-4. This has not been an artistic start for either team.
4 turnovers for Denver, 2 of 8 shooting for Miami. Here's Butler getting in deep, lays it up, and missed the shot, point blank. Gordon into the front court. Gordon on the right wing has the mismatch against Gabe Vincent, the small guard. Gordon backing him down, bumps, turns, squares, fires, and connects. Aaron Gordon averaging almost 17 points a game in the finals, and Denver is taking the lead. 6-5 Nuggets, 7:40 to go in the first. Love on top, receives the pass. Dribbles to his left, takes 2 defenders. Pass to Butler, drives and sends it in the corner to Vincent. Vincent covered by the bigger Gordon. Back to Butler, 5 to shoot. Butler gives it up. Vincent, extra pass. Love, good look at a 3. Left corner, missed it. Rebounded by Denver. Jamal Murray will dribble into the forecourt. He'll step back against Love. His 3 is no good. Rebounded underneath by Strus.
First thing both coaches are going to say during the timeout is going to be, relax, guys.
6-5 and a ragged start, Denver leading. Butler, 2-man game, drives, missed the layup, tried to draw contact, didn't. Offensive board, a miss by Adebayo, another offensive rebound. Butler looking for contact going up, and there is a whistle. Josh Tiven. Did he call a foul? They call it tapped out of bounds. It is a foul.
I wasn't sure that he had stepped in from out of bounds, but Josh Tiven was a lot closer. He didn't call it. You said ragged. That's being polite. Ugly start for both teams, but now a chance to settle down, playing for a lot.
And Josh Tiven put up 5-0. That's 2 fouls on Aaron Gordon, who's been such a big third man for Denver. 6:58 into the first quarter. Nuggets 6, Miami 5, and you're listening to the NBA Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
MLB fans, when you need tickets to catch your favorite team live all season long, Ticketmaster's got them. As the world's largest ticket marketplace, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of seats available and at competitive prices, so you never have to worry about missing a game. Take yourself out to the ballpark this season and get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/MLB. That's Ticketmaster.com/MLB.
The NBA Finals continue on ESPN Radio.
Bruce Brown, 4-3, it's good! What a night for Bruce Brown in Game 4.
The Nuggets return to Denver, 1 win from their first NBA championship. Can the Heat survive a must-win Game 5? The finals, Game 5 of the Nuggets and Heat, presented by Indeed. Coverage begins Monday at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ABC. You can also listen on the ESPN app and on Sirius XM Channel 80. Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Max Kellerman.
The fact that you think that all mac and cheese is the same because
I never said
conversation
that.
was around?
Never said that.
You essentially said that, Max. Because
Never.
You said,
I'm not arguing some mac and cheese is way better than others. I'm saying the worst mac and cheese is a soggy noodle with cheese on it. I'll still tear that
I'm
up.
not eating that.
All right, so that's you.
You're saying if you're hungry,
Yeah.
and you saw a horrible piece of mac and cheese,
Yeah.
and you know it's not going to be good, you'll still eat it.
Because not good is relative. Not as good mac and cheese, obviously. Do you think noodles taste good by themselves, yes or no? Because I think, yeah, they're pretty good. They're not the best thing ever. They're pretty good. Do I think melted cheese is good? Yes, I do. You put them together, even if it's all jacked
That's
up
not
compared
mac
to
and
official
cheese,
mac
though.
and cheese, I'll still eat it.
But that's not mac and cheese, man. That's some Velveeta slices put into a damn oven. Nobody's eating that.
GJ and Max, followed by Greeny. Mornings on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Kevin went to inside our Granger studio. The Denver Nuggets had 8 turnovers in all of Game 4. We've played 5 minutes and 2 seconds here in Game 5, and they have 4 turnovers. They lead by 1. Roscoe Lawode, back to you, Paul Arena.
Thanks, Kevin. After scoring 12 points in Game 4 on Friday, the very next day, Kevin Love and his wife, Kate, had a daughter named James on Saturday in Miami. Kevin told me he named his daughter James after James Jones, current GM of the Suns. He called James a very close friend, and on flights in Cleveland, he was like his therapist. He said he was worried about the timing and very happy it didn't happen in Miami because there was only one day in between Games 3 and 4. The 2 days between Games 4 in Miami and 5 in Denver went a long way for him, and he was still back for film session on Sunday in Denver.
Roz, thank you. Congratulations to Kevin and his wife, Kate. Newborn child. Jimmy Butler's going to go to the line here. 2 notes. Jeff Green first off Michael Malone's bench for Aaron Gordon with 2 fouls. And Jimmy Butler struggling to get going early.
0 for 3. All the shots are in the paint. One of them was a really bad miss. He just clangs his first free throw. And I'll tell you what, Pesty, I know these guys are veterans. We've got some all-NBA players here. Miami's playing for their life. Their uniforms go away if they lose tonight. And Denver's playing for the first NBA championship in this city. So a lot on the line, and the teams are nervous. Jimmy Butler misses both.
0 for 3 start, 0 for 2 from the line. Jamal Murray thought he was fouled. Goes down floor, throws it down hard with a right hand. Gabe Vincent got screened off at half court, went down hard. Hard to get a whistle here early in Game 5. 8 straight for Denver after Miami scored the first 5. Butler drives in the air, kicks to Adebayo, middle of the lane, hook, no. Rebounded by Jokic.
He actually had, I thought, a better shot, and he wanted to make contact with Joker. I didn't know why he just took the shot.
Jokic feeds Porter, 10-footer's good. Dime from Jokic.
As much as he struggled from the post or the perimeter, he's been 12 now for 16 in that painted area.
Maybe that's how Michael Malone will unlock Michael Porter Jr. Gabe Vincent missing a 3. Rebound Denver. They're on a 10-0 run and a 10-5 lead. Here's a nice feed. Porter to Green on the cut to the basket for the slam. And Eric Spoelstra's got to use a timeout. 12-0 Denver run.
All of a sudden, Denver has settled into the games. Looks like they've lost their nerves. You came with size, replacing Aaron Gordon. Jeff Green sprints out, transition, easy dunk. What a run by Denver.
Like what we saw at the start of Game 1. A lot of passes in the lane and easy twos. And the Nuggets were down 5-0 at the start. Have a 12-5 lead with 5:57 to go. First quarter, Game 5. This is the NBA Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
This is Greeny.
Shefty is like full of energy, racing around with all his phones at one time. He's got 8 million things going on. Woj is the opposite. Woj will be sitting in the room. He's eating, he's talking, he's chatting with everyone. And all of a sudden, and he'll get up and he'll walk out the door. A minute later on his Twitter feed, there's some enormous breaking story. I've come to learn when he leaves the room, something's about to happen.
Greeny with Mike Greenberg. Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Plus, you can watch and listen on the ESPN app. The Baseball Tonight podcast.
But I also see, like, off in the distance on the horizon, this monumental battle for American League MVP.
The Baseball Tonight podcast is on the ESPN app or wherever you listen to podcasts. Chris Canty and Chris Carlin are Canty and Carlin.
Talking to two-time Super Bowl champ Damian Woody. Damian, I need you to help me out because I have a big problem. My parents have been up here visiting with me and my wife for the last 2 weeks. Now, this wasn't for leisure or vacation. My dad had a surgical procedure, so they just went back home to Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, my mom is having her retirement party. My question to you is this. How much time is too much time with your in-laws? Because my wife has been subjected to my parents for the last 2.5 weeks. Her and my dad are cool. Her and my mom, not necessarily out of eyes. As a husband, how do I smooth things over with my wife and my mama spending so much time around each other?
Bro, you going to have to do something for your wife. She's going to cash in those chips for having the in-laws in town for that period of time. You, my friend, are in trouble.
Canty and Carlin, weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. The biggest names in sports are on ESPN Radio.
Shane Battier, two-time NBA champion.
The all-time great discussion. I don't think you get into that conversation unless you win a championship.
Glenn Big Baby Davis won a championship with the Celtics.
When we need to succeed, Paul's going to be there. I just don't see that in Tatum yet. I think he needs to understand the times to turn it up and the times to sit back.
Jalen Johnson, Bears cornerback.
Really, there's nothing that he can't do. I think once he gets comfortable, I think he can be very dangerous, and you'll see a lot of that dominant quarterback play that you saw at Ohio State.
Alex English. Is that an insult to be told on the all-time underrated squad, Alex?
I feel the same. To not be named to the top 75 was a very big disappointment. To be the top scorer in a decade, bewildering to me. Why would that not be part of the criteria?
The biggest names in sports come here. And it all starts weekday mornings with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max and continues all day. This is ESPN Radio.
Kevin Wentz inside our Granger studio. Michael Malone warned us.
We have to fight human nature. You're up 3-1, you come up for air, you relax a little bit, and you have to understand that we're playing against a team with great desperation that's going to come out and try to punch us in the face for 48 minutes. So I don't want to match that. We have to exceed that.
Mark Kestisher, I'm sure it took a couple of minutes more than he liked, but here they are for the Nuggets.
I don't think so.
Welcome back to Denver. The NBA on ESPN Radio is brought to you by the Disney Bundle, Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus. Get the Disney Bundle plan starting at $12.99 a month. 18 plus only. Terms apply. See DisneyBundle.com for details. 12-0 run, PJ, a 12-5 Denver lead. Miami, we used Ragged early. It's devolving even further.
They've been really impressive since the first time out. 5 players have scored, and the MVP, if they win, Nikola Jokic is yet to get a shot.
And Lowry and Caleb Martin have entered the Miami lineup. Jimmy Butler off to an 0-for-3 start, finds Max Strus. He's got the last Miami points. He's going to drive. He's going to flip it up. And one. He took on Nikola Jokic and a chance at a three-point play.
And he turned the corner on Michael Porter Jr. first. Not an easy cover for Michael Porter Jr. He's got his length and athleticism, but Strus is smaller and quicker with the ball.
First Miami points in nearly 5 minutes since Strus hit the three to make it 5-0. Max Strus, coming off a nightmare last couple of games, completes a three-point play, and Miami's within 4. And more importantly, they could set up and quiet the crowd. Here's Jamal Murray racing into the front court. He'll be guarded by Caleb Martin. Pass to Jeff Green, filling in for Aaron Gordon, who's got 2 early fouls. To Jokic, he'll take a three, and he will bury it.
Down screen by Jamal Murray. He had all day to shoot it.
Joker had 3 threes in game 4. 15-8 in favor of Denver. Kyle Lowry from the left. He'll rise, shoot a three. Can't get the answer over Murray. Rebounded by the Joker.
Interesting, after those made free throws, Miami did have a chance to press or go zone. They did neither.
Here's Murray dribbling out to the right wing. Finds Jokic, mismatch on Lowry. Takes him into the lane. Double comes. Pass to Porter on the left. Porter will drive. Gets into Lowry. Oh, they're going to call the block foul underneath. Lowry was trying to draw the charge at 4:55 to go here in the first.
Michael Porter's done a nice job putting the ball on the floor. Not that he doesn't want to shoot threes, but even with all his misses, they're still running him off the line. But he's created some good opportunities. He struggled to finish those in Miami also, but I like what he's doing with the dribble.
Looked like Lowry got there. I don't know if we see it on instant replay, frame by frame.
He was outside the restricted area. You wonder if Michael Porter Jr. at the very last minute sort of turned his body sideways, tries to slide past the defender. So often, Kesty, that call is made based on the angle at which you see it.
We're exposed to with a pleasant discussion with Josh Tibbin, but the gist of it was, I don't think I agreed with your call.
Michael Porter Jr. missed the first free throw, makes the second, and it's a 16-8 Denver lead. Under 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Denver a chance to win a championship up 3-1. Bam Adebayo, tip of the circle, dribbles to the left, hand off to Strus. Bruce Brown, and here's a lofter. Adebayo goes way high to grab it and flush it on the alley-oop.
I tell you, Bam does such an extraordinary job. After the initial contact of the screen, as his guy comes off, he sets a second screen. Now, the second one may be illegal, but they never call it, and I love it. Clears it on the dive for himself.
And he's so quick point to point that he beats the rotation.
Here's Jokic, high pass to the baseline. Bruce Brown catches, sends it outside to Caldwell Pope. His three under duress, no. Offensive rebound. It's going to be a loose ball foul blown before Michael Porter put it in. And it's going to go on Max Strus.
So I just want to make the point, because Michael Porter Jr., we've talked all series, struggling from three. You know what he's not struggling to do? Rebound the basketball. Contribute in other ways. And Michael Porter with 5 rebounds already.
Inbound, Porter has it at the top. One dribble, deep two on its way. Missed it off the iron. Strus with 2 fouls has the rebound. Beats Lowry 1-on-4 to a baseline cutting. Caleb Martin behind the back, reverse layups in.
That's a big-time finish, PJ. Wow.
Good movement without the ball again. The spacing's been very good for Miami. They just had trouble putting the ball in the bucket from inside the paint.
Denver's lead down to 4. 4 minutes to go in the first. Bruce Brown on the drive, flips it up, hit the backboard, tipped and controlled by Lowry. Strus ahead of the field, takes it from Lowry, goes for the dunk, blocked from behind, but it still went in. KCP didn't give up on it, got a piece. Miami fortunate it went through the basket. They're arguing for a foul that wasn't called.
Suppose fortunate didn't get a technical. He was about 4 feet on the court.
And now Jokic and Adebayo tied up in the middle of the lane. Without the ball, it's going to be on Adebayo.
There is a lot of contact. Every trip up the floor on both ends between both Bam and Nikola Jokic.
Eric Spoelstra still arguing. We saw the replay. KCP got a piece of that hand easily on the no call.
I'd like to go back to Doris's point. Michael Porter Jr. is averaging 13.2 and 7.8 boards for the playoffs, so he is contributing.
Off the inbound, Jokic has it against Strus in the mid-post. Finds Jeff Green down low for the easy 2. Denver back up 4. 18-14 Nuggets. Pace is quickening. Miami with 3:20 to go in the first. Lowry has an Adebayo screen up high. Dribbles right to the circle. Beats Adebayo for the 13-footer. All net for Bam.
Boy, he is so pure from that mid-range. It doesn't even touch the orange rim.
Bam's got 6. Miami back within 2. Coming up on 3 minutes to go, first quarter. 18-16 Denver. Bruce Brown, Christian Brown, the rookie, also on the floor for Denver. He receives the pass on the left. Lowry says, shoot it if you want. Brown's going to drive into the lane. Knocked away, another turnover. Now down floor pass and a blocking foul. That's going to be on Jokic, trying to set a screen and get in the way at half court. That's 2 on the big man.
That's 2, and we got 2:51. So 2 guys with 2 fouls in the first quarter for the Denver Nuggets.
Aaron Gordon and Jokic.
Poor decision by Nikola. I mean, he's trying to get in front of a smaller guy in the backcourt. Just back up, get back on defense. Not going to get a charge in the backcourt on a smaller man.
Jokic will go to the bench. Porter replaces him. 2:45 to go. Miami a chance to tie or take the lead down 2. Adebayo, great fake on Green. Got the contact, put it in. Now we're tied, and Bam Adebayo to the line, a chance for the lead.
I don't like any of the fouling being done by the Denver Nuggets. You are opening a window here for Miami by too many fouls that don't have any play. Jeff Green just gave that up.
No, he's beat, and just let him go. Got a dunk at the rim. Just don't even reach in. Nikola's choice, trying to take on Caleb Martin in the backcourt, was a much bigger mistake. That's going to impact this team a lot more later on.
3-point play complete. Bam Adebayo's got 9. The Heat have come back, a 19-18 lead. A little bit of pressure with 2.5 to go in the first. Brown, that's Bruce getting across, sends it outside to Green. Jeff Green, a ball fake. Caleb Martin doesn't bite. Pass to Bruce Brown on the 3, missed it. Rebounded by Adebayo. Bam into the front court. Dribbles to the 3-point line and gives it up to Lowry.
1 for 6, Kesty from 3 for Denver.
Adebayo gets it back against Green. Takes him off the bounce into the lane. Stops, tries to get into Green. Got the contact and one. Adebayo a chance for another 3-point play. 2:14 to go in the first. 11 for Bam Adebayo. And he'll have a chance for another as we go to break. We're going to take a 10-second break first. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the NBA Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed. Alongside Doris Burke, PJ Carlissimo, I'm Mark Kestisher, Roz Goldenwood with us. Kevin Winter in the studio. John Medani is our producer. Al Rosenberg, Bob White, our engineers. The Miami Heat struck early. Denver came back 12 straight, and now a 13-2 run, PJ, for the Heat, who've settled in behind Bam Adebayo.
Well, Bam Adebayo just lit up with the Jeff Green matchup. He's just abusing Jeff Green. This could be back-to-back 3-point plays. Went right around him and right over him.
7 straight makes. After a 1 for 9 start in the paint, they have made 7 straight. Different animal. When Bam bodies up to Jeff Green, he bounces back, unlike Nikola Jokic, who's the immovable force. But the fouls continue here.
Fouls are going to be a problem for Denver. It's now 16-14 points in the paint in favor of Miami. Both teams, Doris, 1 for 6 in the 3-point line.
Yeah. It's sort of been an ongoing theme throughout the course of this series, how much both teams have struggled from 3. It obviously has a greater impact on Miami. DeAndre Jordan making his first appearance in the finals. This has everything to do with Bam Adebayo's effectiveness here in the first quarter, 11 points.
34-year-old DeAndre Jordan, who has not played in the finals, as Doris mentioned. Needed some size with Aaron Gordon and Nikola Jokic on the bench. 2 fouls here. 2:14 to go first quarter. Adebayo, 11 points in the first. Has a free throw to come. It's on its way, and it is good. 22-18 Miami.
8 in a row for Bam Adebayo, 8 points.
Again, Caleb Martin will press Murray in the backcourt. Gets rid of it on relief to Bruce Brown. Crosses the timeline and met up by Gabe Vincent. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the first. Denver now trailing by 4.
Looks like the first zone of the playoff in the first this game here by Miami.
Here's Murray against that zone on the 3-point line with 5. Pass to Porter in the middle of it. Lost the handle. Out of bounds it goes. Turnover number 6 in the first quarter on Denver.
First zone in 2 games.
Yeah.
They did not employ the zone, Miami, in Game 5 the other night. Here's Lowry right into the teeth of the big defense. Great bounce pass, no look to Adebayo. Missed it off the glass. Rebound Denver.
You have to wonder about DeAndre Jordan's wind right now.
14-2 Miami run. Jamal Murray circles, shoots for 3, misses it. Lowry rebounds with 90 seconds to go in the quarter. Up ahead to Bam Adebayo, who has spearheaded this Miami rally. Gives it to Vincent. 2-man game. Tried to lob, but it was blocked by Jordan. Here's Brown the other way. Bruce Brown puts it up. Got it knocked away by Duncan Robinson, who saves it on the end line, but saved it to Murray, who steps into a 3 and missed it. Rebound, Porter, the offensive board, and the score.
Mental mistake. You don't save the ball on the other team's basket, Duncan Robinson, unless you see who you're saving it to.
And Denver is within 2, 22-20. Miami under a minute to go in the first. Gabe Vincent dribbling, probing, sending it to Adebayo, 14-footer, missed that one, rebounded by Porter.
Great look.
6 rebounds for Michael Porter Jr., none bigger than the offensive board moments ago. Here's Murray with the team down 2. Great shovel pass to Porter, turns, puts it up, and puts it in to tie the game.
It's been a monumental struggle for Michael Porter from 3-point territory. Just attacking and using his size in the paint. He's got 7.
And they needed him with Gordon and Jokic on the bench. He's got 7 and 6 in the first quarter. Half a minute to go. Lowry gets deep, flips it up, missed the layup. Tip Adebayo, no. Goes up, gets another offensive rebound, and flips it in. How about Bam Adebayo?
Just an incredible performance. His speed, quick twitch, the ability to get to the glass.
14 points, 6 rebounds, first quarter Adebayo. Miami leads by 2. Murray was hassled by Vincent into the front court. He has been right in his shorts coming in to that half-court line. Shot clock off, 7 seconds to go in the first. Murray dancing with the ball, nearly lost it. Now picks it up. His pass to Porter, spins off the catch, nearly put it in at the buzzer. That's the end of the first, 24-22 in favor of the Miami Heat.
Miami led 21-20 first quarter in Miami. In game 4, they were unable to sustain it. It's going to be really interesting when Nikola Jokic and Aaron Gordon reappear on the floor. They have got to stay away from that third foul in the first half.
Bam Adebayo had the last 10 for Miami. He's got 14 in the game. Heat 24, Nuggets 22. We're through one quarter in Denver. This is the NBA Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Are we saying that Daniel Jones and Dak Prescott are the same thing pretty much?
I'd probably say they're probably close to being even because they both can run. They both can run. Dak Prescott has done a little bit more because he's been in the league longer.
Yeah.
And he's been a starter. So I would probably say close to the same.
I think Dak is better.
Key, J, and Max. Mornings on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Are you kidding me? Gas prices are up again? Somebody has to do something.
Well, someone did. That's why I use Upside.
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that pays you back real money for every gallon of gas or diesel you buy. I just earned 25 cents back on every gallon of this tank.
So the Upside app is free and you actually get cash back every time you use it? No strings attached?
Yep, it's awesome. Check it out. It only takes a couple of minutes to sign up.
Instead of just watching your dollars go into your tank, start putting money back into your wallet with the free app from Upside. With the price of gas today, it's big news and big money. To cash out of your Upside cash, just transfer it to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card. Upside users have already earned over $200 million. Now it's your turn. Download the free Upside app and get cash back on every gallon of gas. Use promo code ESPN23 for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's code ESPN23. Use code ESPN23 for an extra 25 cents per gallon back in your first fill-up. Cashback's not available in gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Success is picking up extra shifts for your family. Now you want to be the boss. Success is getting your foot in the door. Now you want to take the next step. Success looks different to everyone, and University of Maryland Global Campus can help you reach your goals. For more than 75 years, we've been transforming adult lives by offering the opportunity to expand your skills, move up, or start a new career. With more than 125 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, online and hybrid courses, no-cost digital materials replacing most textbooks, personalized advising, financial resources, and lifetime career services, achieving your dreams is more possible than ever before. Now's the time to make your next career move. Our MBA and most graduate cybersecurity courses start July 12th. Gain the credentials and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking and move closer to your career goals. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate by Chev.
Kevin Richard with you inside our Granger studio. I am looking for the person who has DeAndre Jordan minutes on their bingo card tonight for Game 5. The last time DeAndre Jordan played a game, you have to go back to Sunday, April 23rd, Game 4, Round 1 against Minnesota. He played 4 minutes. This entire postseason, he's played 10. Yet he's had to come in the opening quarter because Nikola Jokic and Aaron Gordon are in foul trouble. We go to the second, Miami by 2. Mark Kestisher?
Kev, thank you. And Jordan even got a block. Meanwhile, Bam Adebayo, 14 points scored the last 10. Adebayo and Strus, Doris, with the key for Miami.
Well, they're 22 of the 24 points scored. Bam Adebayo's improvement as a mid-range jump shooter has been a thing of beauty, and I've watched him in the pre-games PJ, he's starting to add that three-point shot. The form is pure. And how about Strus? Big-time quarter.
He likes playing here, and he likes the first quarter. Amazing, though, 18 paint points, but the Miami Heat got 21 field goal attempts in the paint in the first quarter, partially result of 5 Denver turnovers and 4 Miami offensive rebounds.
Miami's got the first attack of this second quarter. Kevin Love pass down to the baseline to Jimmy Butler against DeAndre Jordan. Knocked away momentarily. Butler gets it, puts it on the deck once. Howard dribble, puts it up for his first basket of Game 5. DeAndre Jordan was making his life difficult. He nearly traveled with that basketball.
Tell you what, that's a tough shot. Oversized Jimmy Butler toughness.
26-22 Miami. Bruce Brown on the crossover, lost the handle, goes into the backcourt. No, they'll say it's tipped. Porter corrals it. Dangerous pass to Bruce Brown. Shot clock at 7. Bruce Brown lost the ball at half court. Caleb Martin has it for Miami. Gives it to Robinson. 2-on-1. Butler from behind fouled. Jamal Murray thought he had all ball. And Josh Tibbin says he got a piece of the arm.
Denver could not get the handle on the ball. Bruce Brown made one mistake, tried to dribble a loose ball. Should have just grabbed it. Michael Porter didn't realize when the ball went into the backcourt that it had been tipped. He could have gotten more control of the ball, but a sloppy possession for Denver and turnover number 6 for the Nuggets.
As Butler hits the first free throw, let's check in with Roz.
Guys, I was outside of the Nuggets huddle. I want to make note that Michael Porter Jr. got a pat on the back. I also overheard DeAndre Jordan telling him, that's right, stay aggressive, as he's been working on the glass. The message in that timeout was to defend without fouling, and they'll be fine. They said, look, don't bail them out. Make them shoot a good percentage. Keep them off the offensive glass and the free throw line. Everyone has to rebound and, again, defend without fouling.
Jimmy Butler makes 2 free throws, Roz. Aaron Gordon is back in the game. DeAndre Jordan gave Michael Malone 3 minutes there. We're a minute into the second quarter. Miami by 6, 28-22. Porter left wing, puts it on the deck against Caleb Martin, stops the dribble, goes to Gordon, right back to Porter. Power dribble on Lobo, blocked the shot, out of bounds. Last touch by Miami. 4.6 to shoot, Doris.
I like that Porter Jr. give and go pass. Yes, you challenge size. Yes, you got it blocked, but you're being aggressive and assertive.
Nikola Jokic still on the bench with 2 fouls. Jamal Murray will inbound. Front court baseline right. Looks in. Goes outside to Brown with 3 to shoot. Bruce Brown on the drive. Aggressive. Hangs. Knocked from behind. Got it back. Late clock. Puts it up and in. But didn't beat the 24-second clock buzzer. Nope. It's going to be a shot clock violation, says Josh Tibbin down on the baseline.
And Josh Tibbin called it. We'll see what the replay center thinks about that.
Yeah, either way, they were going to go to the replay center to take a look at it. But Josh Tibbin put his hand on the top of his head, patted it, making the shot clock violation mechanic. 6-point Miami lead, 10:40 to go in the half. Butler receives the pass on the three-point arc to Love behind the screen for 3. Front rim backboard miss. Gordon rebounds for Denver.
Both teams just unable to convert a 3-point shot.
Gordon aggressive behind the back dribble on Butler. Now dribbles back beyond the arc. Handoff nearly stolen by Duncan. Porter's got it with 10. Jumps in the air to Gordon on the pass. Gordon drives hard. Got a whistle as he was falling out of bounds. Miami the foul.
So far, Miami's defensive pressure on the ball. They're up in the passing lanes. And to this point, they're preventing the back cuts. You've got to find a way to use the pressure Miami's applying to you to your advantage. So attack them. You have to be strong with the ball when you attack them, Kesty, but they are like sharks in the water right now defensively, Miami.
Jimmy Butler was telling us earlier in the series as Aaron Gordon's first free throw is out, no good. Remember, he said, they know if we get in them, they're going to backdoor us. We got to be able to defend up front and defend the backdoor, too. It's a lot of concentration, and they're good at it.
Well, the 2 primary bigs for Denver have not played very many minutes, Nikola Jokic and Aaron Gordon. Aaron did try to take it to the basket that time, but again, he has struggled from the free throw line.
45% in the finals from the foul line, excuse me.
He's better at the 3-point line than the foul line, which is amazing.
Way better.
As he hits the free throws. He was 5 of 7 from 3 coming in and shooting 60-odd% here in the finals. Caleb Martin catching 2-corner 3 is a miss. 2 Nuggets, Sky for the rebound. Michael Porter grabs his 8th. Down 5, Porter going deep to Christian Braun behind him. Settles himself in the low box and scores.
Both teams 1 for 8 from 3. That one just ignited the fast break for Denver.
28-25, Miami's lead down to 3. Lob pass to Butler, baseline spins on Murray. Another smack of the arm of Butler as he was coming through to defend Murray, barking at David Guthrie, the official, as Jamal picks up his second.
A lot of guys with 2 fouls now. Jamal trying to be physical, meet Jimmy at the point of attack. It's a strip down on the ball, but it looks like he got his wrist.
Jamal Murray was still mad. I think David Guthrie, if I could read his lips, said, calm down.
Tell you that second replay from the other side, he had a lot of ball, but tell you what, David Guthrie gave him a lot of rope. It's not a finals game. That was definitely a technical on Jamal Murray.
As a technicality, right, on a play like that, when you make contact, right, if the contact is with the ball first, isn't that good block or a good strip down? So we get the benefit of the second look.
Exactly.
And PJ's right.
With the other replay, is a different angle.
Correct.
Refs getting serenaded here at Ball Arenas. Jimmy Butler hits both free throws. Now some backcourt pressure on the inbound.
They're going to get a
Davis
foul.
With a call.
Yeah, they're going to get Caleb Martin.
It's aggressive on the inbound.
I'll tell you, they're being really physical every time. They believe they can pressure Jamal Murray.
Well, Michael Malone, prior to the free throw, was saying to David Guthrie, we want the same call on this end. They're being physical with us, and you're not calling the touch foul like you just called on Murray.
30-25 Miami. Denver with it. Pass to Bruce Brown. Drives aggressively. Layup good over Kevin Love.
That is how you beat somebody who's trying to get up and pressure you.
Lowry pass to Butler. Nearly stolen by Murray. Saved by Miami. Duncan Robinson on the left. Passes off to Lowry with 9:20 to go in the second quarter. Miami leading by 3. Bounce pass to Butler outside the mid-post right. Jamal Murray's got 2 fouls. Butler will bump against Murray twice. Into the lane. Passes out. 4 to shoot. Caleb Martin drives on Gordon. Hanks missed the shot and a late whistle will bail him out. That's 3 on Aaron Gordon.
So now do you lift Aaron and bring Jokic back in if you're Michael Malone? 9:09. I don't think you can stick with him.
With KCP first.
They got some foul issues now. Their top 3 players, Nikola Jokic, 2 in the first. Jamal Murray, 2 fouls in the second. And Aaron Gordon now has 3. Caleb Martin will go to the free throw line at 9:09 to go, second quarter. Miami with a 30-27 lead on the Nuggets.
Both teams are just relentlessly attacking the rim, putting the ball on the floor or finding cutters, but everything is happening at the rim, and the refs have their hands full trying to decide what is or isn't a foul.
So Jokic is in, replacing Aaron Gordon, and then KCP also in.
And Bam Adebayo saw Jokic coming in, and Eric Spoelstra put him in the Miami lineup.
Yeah, KCP in for Jamal Murray, giving him a rest.
You're going to have to play smart basketball if you're Nikola Jokic. No silly fouls.
Caleb Martin, second free throw, good as well. 32-27 Heat. 9:09 to go, second quarter.
No Jamal Murray here.
Here's Christian Brown, the rookie from Kansas, into the front court. Caleb Martin defending. Gives it up to Bruce Brown on top. He'll find Jokic. Jokic passes to the corner. Porter's wide open. Corner 3, missed it short. Rebound contested. Loose ball foul against Miami.
Christian Brown sticking his nose in on the offensive glass. Gets Duncan Robinson to pick up the foul call. Mix it up, baby. That's what you're thinking.
Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry in a really animated discussion as to who's supposed to be blocking out. This could be zone. They're matched up. Have to see when a cutter goes through. It is zone.
Side out of bounds into Bruce Brown. He'll go over to Porter on the left. Now quickly to Jokic. 22 feet from the hoop. Skips it across. Bruce Brown catch and shoot 3. Does not go down. Adebayo grabs the Miami rebound.
Boy, they cannot make a shot. These two teams, 1 for 10 and 1 for 8 respectively from 3.
The two best shooting three-point teams in the playoffs.
Right.
Jimmy Butler sends it outside to Caleb Martin. Martin off the dribble against Porter. Takes him into the lane. Takes on Brown, who came to defend and puts it in.
They've not been able to contain him off the bounce, PJ.
No, I thought we'd see a little more pressure without Murray on the floor, making him work to get the ball up the floor.
Caleb Martin, 6 off the bench. 7-point Miami lead. Jokic receives the pass, free throw line, gives it up, gets it back, and flips it in on the assist from Christian Brown.
I think that was another zone possession.
The Joker's got 5 points. Mired in some foul trouble early. 34-29 Miami. Caleb Martin spinning dribble. Turns, had it knocked away by KCP out of bounds. Miami will inbound with 12 to shoot in the possession.
I like that matchup. If anybody can handle the multiple spins that Caleb wants to put on you, as soon as you cut him off, he wants to spin. He goes in either direction. KCP is the lateral speed to deal with it.
The inbound baseline into Butler. Feeds Duncan Robinson. Catch and shoot three is good for Robinson from the right.
That should never happen. He inbounded the ball, walked right into the corner. Christian Brown didn't get to him quickly enough.
Now a whistle off the ball.
Caleb Martin, a little shove of Jokic. I think that goes to PJ's point about Michael Malone pleading for some foul calls.
That's 14 fouls on the Heat. We still have 7:39 to go here in the second. Meantime, Denver's also committed 3. So a lot of foul calls early in this quarter.
Caleb Martin was aggressive tonight, coming out with the 2 fouls. Haywood Highsmith, who had a really good game 1 in the fourth quarter, hasn't played much since, is in. 7.5 to go, second quarter. Jokic with it. Denver trailing by 8. Dribbles, trying to pass it and knocked away. Lowry takes it away. Kyle into the front court, doesn't have numbers, stops on the three-point line. Looks to pass, finds Duncan Robinson from the left, missing the 3. Offensive rebound, Bam Adebayo. He'll flip to the cutting Robinson. Layup's good. Miami has taken a 10-point lead here in Game 5.
Michael Malone is upset, and he should be. Miami, since that run by the Nuggets to take the lead, has been the dominant team. They're quicker to loose balls. They're attacking the rim. They're forcing fouls. They are taking it to the Denver Nuggets.
But never say die Miami Heat, down to their last loss. Trying to get it back to South Florida for a Game 6, up 10 here in Denver. Miami 39, Denver 29 with 7:17 to go in the half. You're listening to the NBA Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indy.
MLB fans, when you need tickets to catch your favorite team live all season long, Ticketmaster's got them. As the world's largest ticket marketplace, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of seats available and at competitive prices, so you never have to worry about missing a game. Take yourself out to the ballpark this season and get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/MLB. That's Ticketmaster.com/MLB.
Kevin Winter with you inside our Granger studio for the NBA Finals on ESPN Radio. 7:17 to go in the second quarter. Miami get a must-win. Leads by 10. Ross, go to 1A. Back to you in Denver.
Thanks, Kevin. In the Heat film session on Sunday, veterans Kevin Love and Kyle Lowry held court. They've both seen 3-1 situations. Kyle gave the perspective of a team trying to close it out. Kevin gave perspective of being a team that successfully overcome a 3-1 lead. They talked about how the other team loosens up, the guard is down, family flies in town to celebrate, wristbands are being dispersed and jockeyed for the team after party. Kyle and Kevin told them to bring the fight of their life. And with the season on the line, these are exactly the situations that the Heat thrive in.
Thank you, Roz. And the bench for Miami, Doris, you got 11 points from Robinson and Martin. And Lowry's got 3 assists, a steal, and a turnover.
Well, we know he's experienced. I think this is about their defense. Denver 3 for 18 of contested shots. This is what Miami is doing with their pressure.
Denver with it out of the timeout. Jokic receives it from Murray, both on the floor. Jokic, a battle right now with Bam Adebayo, bumps into the lane, turns and scores, knocking down Kyle Lowry, who is trying to be a secondary defender in the middle of the lane.
Well, there was about 6 fouls on that play, 3 by each team.
Jokic has 7. Lowry shakes off the cobwebs, didn't get the call his way, has the ball in his hands between the rings. He'll dribble to the right, 39-31 Miami. Robinson at the top, drives past the free throw line, hangs high shot off the backboard too far, comes down off the Bam Adebayo and goes out of bounds.
Another part of that aggression, Kesty. 5 offensive rebounds for Miami already. They lead 7-2 second chance points. They're outworking them on the glass.
Murray and Jokic with Bruce Brown and Christian Brown on the floor now. And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who receives the pass in the left corner, steps inside the arc and knocks down a jumper.
Boy, a lot of contact weak side between Lowry and Jokic. This is as physical a ball game as we've seen. Wow.
Heat led by as many as 10. That lead is down to 6. Butler behind the Lowry screen. Now faces up against Murray. 2 fouls in the half. Bumps him once. Passes out Robinson. Robinson dribbles to the left. Shot clock at 6. Down low to Adebayo. Back out to Robinson with 4. Duncan dribble. Then it knocked away by Bruce Brown. Up ahead to Brown. It goes up and flushes.
Bam should have shot the ball. He had a good look, and he threw it back to Dye. I don't know why he did that. Bruce Brown with the good play. Eric Spoelstra wants to settle his team down.
That is only the third turnover by Miami, but cashed in for 2 points, and the last 6 have been scored by the Denver Nuggets. Timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. Crowds alive again at Ball Arena. And with 5:37 to go here in the second quarter, the Heat lead Denver 39-35. This is the NBA Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Tuesday on Fitz and Harry, we're reacting to Game 5 of the NBA Finals. The Nuggets going for their first world championship.
And how great has Nikola Jokic actually been? We've got stats to back that up.
Give me the numbers. Fitz and Harry, Tuesday, noon Eastern on ESPN Radio, and watch on the ESPN app.
I love sports. I just wish they could be with me always. They say you don't choose the app chooses you. It is everything I could ever want in a sports companion. It can stream the games and shows that I love, and it's there whenever I need it. I never thought I could find an app that loves sports as much as I do. Until now.
Download the ESPN app to stream ESPN Radio and all the ESPN networks now.
How are you? My name's Scott Van Pelt, host of SC Pod. Along with my partner in crime, Stanford Steve. What do we talk about mostly on the podcast, Steve?
Sports.
Some.
Parenting.
I feel like that comes up a lot. I feel like most recently I've needed some help because I feel like my shortcomings there are evident. It's life stuff, relatable content.
It's fun.
It's just two bald-headed goons just talking about nonsense a lot in a crowded podcast space. There's that one.
We're here.
Here we are.
Jason Fitz and Harry Douglas are Fitz and Harry.
Some of the biggest names in golf with the PGA Tour who have been loudly defending the PGA Tour weren't even consulted in the process. I cannot believe that the PGA Tour wouldn't be talking to their biggest names and saying, hey, we want to make sure you guys understand what's happening, why it's going down, and what the thought process is. Instead, it feels like everybody right now feels like they got stabbed in the back.
Fitz and Harry, weekdays at noon Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
They liked Bill as a basketball player. They just didn't agree with his views off the court.
They would blame it on the length of my hair. Or they would blame it on who I voted for. I vote in every election. I express my feelings. I'm an engaged citizen. I'm part of a team. What is more mainstream than that?
30 for 30 presents The Luckiest Guy in the World. Episodes 3 and 4. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern on ESPN. Streaming same night on ESPN+.
Kevin Winter with you inside our Granger studio. The Nuggets trying to make a comeback, 39-35. Miami with the 4-point lead coming up on the AutoZone halftime report. ESPN NBA analyst Corey Alexander is going to join me to break down the first half, look ahead of the keys to half number 2. Denver, after being down 15-7 in this quarter, 6-0 run. They closed it within 4. Mark Kester, back to you and company at Ball Arena.
All right, thanks a lot, Kev. Yeah, it was like a 31-13 run for Miami. Went up 10, 6 straight now for Denver. And Doris, it's how they attack Miami that's been the difference so far for the Nuggets in Game 5.
So when they work their offense and don't turn it over and get open shots, they're 12 for 15. Credit the Miami Heat. Their defense has been stellar. On contested shots, Denver is 4 for 19. The level of intensity. PJ, if you're going to take the Miami Heat out tonight, you're going to have to earn it.
Well, that's why their points in the paint are so important. Denver is 14 for 20 in the paint. Miami struggling again in the paint. They're 12 for 26, but they're 9 for 11 from the free throw line. That and the offensive rebounds and the turnovers have Miami in charge.
Reed with it out of the timeout. Jimmy Butler dribbles on the right into the lane, not looking to shoot. Finds Lowry left corner. Christian Brown comes over to contest. Lowry rises, shoots a rainbow three, and it goes down for the veteran Lowry.
Tough shot. He had no room whatsoever. Christian Brown did not go for the pump fakes. Kyle Lowry just shot it right over his forehead.
7-point Miami lead, 42-35, coming up on 5 minutes to go in the half. Jamal Murray bounces it left of the circle to Nikola Jokic, back to Murray, back to Jokic, turns, hangs, and puts in a 14-footer.
Effective use of the elbow area against the zone by Nikola Jokic.
They're cutting the zone up by getting the ball into that mid area.
Here's Butler stopping the dribble about 17 feet away on the right. finds Strus, who passes back out to Butler on the wing. Heat lead at 5. 4:44 to go in the half. Butler puts it up, falls off the rim to Jokic, the rebound. Quick outlet, pace quickening for Denver. Murray with it inside the arc on the left against Strus. Left to right hand dribble into the lane. Turns, spins, fades, fires, and hits. Murray had been 1 for 5 before that make. Denver back within 3. They were down 10 at one point. 4:20 to go in the half. Lowry ripped through against Brown. Now behind the Adebayo screen. Sees some daylight. Shoots the 3 and connects.
He's playing a little peekaboo behind the high screen from the big. That guy is a competitor of the highest order.
Brown is a good defender, excuse me, Kesty, but not against a veteran point guard.
I was going to say the same thing. That was the veteran against the rookie. Here's Murray. Tried to wrap it under to Jokic. It went by him. Butler's got it 1-on-2. Knocked away momentarily. Knocked away again. Out of bounds. Last touch by Denver is the call. KCP and Bruce Brown were both on top of Butler. We'll get a look at the replay. They're going to say Miami basketball.
I thought it was a good call watching it live. I thought it was, Jimmy
swiped at
right
it,
hand.
but did he touch it? Doesn't matter. Inbound to Butler at the top. 3:45 to go in the half. To Martin for 3. Missed it. Rebound, Jokic. Denver down 45-39. Jokic into the front court. Accelerates against Bam. Double covered. Pass outside stolen by Butler. Butler against Murray. Puts it up and puts it in on the slam 2.
Another turnover. And what made baskets do is it allows Eric Spoelstra to dictate the defense. They go back to the zone.
10th turnover by the Nuggets. 8-point lead Miami. 3:20 left in the half.
8 points off those turnovers also, Kesty.
Jokic double covered outside to Murray. Missed a good look at a 3, and Lowry rebounds.
They are 1 for 11 from 3.
Lowry attacks, puts it up. No call. Nice save by Strus on the offensive board. Strus sends it out. Strus's heel hit the far sideline. Turnover Miami, their 5th. Hit their 4th, rather. 4 turnovers for the Heat. 47-39 Miami. Gabe Vincent's going to run off the bench, but did not get in time.
Might be Kyle Lowry asking for a quick rest.
Didn't get it. We'll have to defend here. Under 3 minutes to go in the half. KCP with it front court. Attacking that zone. Has it at the free throw line. Pass out to the wing. Bruce Brown's 3 is short. Rebound tip controlled by Denver. Bruce Brown outside to Jokic. Topside 3. Off the heel. High rebound. Christian Brown the offensive board and put back.
1 for 13. That's 8% from the 3-point line for the Nuggets.
And again, zones, offensive rebounds can happen. 2 of them there. Adebayo feeding down the lane to Butler. Saved it with Miami's lead at 6. 2:20 to go in the half. Butler banging against Bruce Brown. Turn shot is short. Nice job by Bruce Brown defensively. Jokic pass into the front court. Christian Brown knocks over to the defender. It's a block foul call on Miami. Brown shot not good. Christian will go to the free throw line with 2:13 to go in the half.
Denver so wants to run when they're able to get a miss or a turnover and they can get it down the floor quickly. They get much, much better shots.
Bruce Brown making some things happen. The rookie has played like a veteran, getting to the offensive window, sprinting out in transition, putting the pressure on Miami to get back.
Well, Kyle Lowry finally comes out of the game. He is huffing and puffing going to the bench.
As is Caleb Martin, but they got high fives from Eric Spoelstra because they're not leaving anything on the floor.
Christian Brown hits the first of 2. Gabe Vincent and Haywood Highsmith in the game for Miami. It's 47-42. Heat leading the Nuggets. 2:13 to go in the half. Heat defense holding Denver to 22 first quarter points, 20 so far in the second quarter. And Brown's free throw misses, rebounded by Miami.
We've talked about that, a 60%, low 60% free throw shooter, Christian Brown.
Bam Adebayo has it front court, gives it to Vincent, 2-man game, back to Bam, got deep and laid it in. Bam Adebayo had the big first quarter. He's got 16 in the game. Miami back up 7. Jokic drives down the lane, kicks to Porter on the wing. Highsmith on him. Back to Jokic at the elbow. Outside Bruce Brown. Right angle 3, no good, and Highsmith grabs the board. The Denver Nuggets are 1 for 14 from three-point land here in Game 5. Adebayo gets deep, puts it over Jokic and
He
scores.
appropriately attacks. Jokic doesn't want to pick up the third, so it's the right read. Go at him. Bam, smart play.
Absolutely.
9-point Miami lead, 90 seconds to go in the half. Christian Brown baseline outside to Bruce Brown, flips it up, tough angle, got the foul. His shot fell off the rim. Eric Spoelstra waving his hand in disgust at the call, but Bruce Brown will shoot a pair. Haywood Highsmith picks up the foul, number 1, on the undrafted player out of D2 Wheeling Jesuit.
These free throw opportunities don't mean a whole lot if you don't put them in the basket.
They have missed 3 of their 6, Denver has. Here to start game 5, down 9. Bruce Brown, one of the heroes from game 4 in Miami, misses the first of 2. Wow.
Well, that's a problem because Denver Nuggets have not had as many free throws. When they get them, they need to take advantage. They're not doing that at all. They are now 3 for 7 from the free throw line.
4 free throw misses, PJ, and 13 three-point attempt missed here in the half, and another free throw missed by Bruce Brown.
Those are momentum killers. You are hurting yourself.
And that doesn't even mention the 10 turnovers in the half. Bam Adebayo, Miami by 9. DeVincent on the left, drives the paint, kicks to the right corner. And knocked down the right corner. Bruce Brown knocking down Kyle Lowry, who got a brief rest. He says he was in the act of shooting. It would only be the 14th foul. We will await the call from Mark Davis and David Guthrie.
And Mark Davis is talking to Josh Tiven, asking him what he saw.
Caron Butler, one of the assistants, has 3 fingers in the air to say if he was shooting, he was beyond the arc. Mark Davis.
On the floor is the call.
No shooting motion, so that's 14 fouls. First on Bruce Brown, and side out of bounds for Miami.
Lowry has been absolutely brilliant in this half.
Gabe Vincent has the inbound. 9-point Miami lead. Bruce Brown gets right all over Vincent, gets rid of it to Adebayo. Now they try to go to Jimmy Butler, poked away from behind, out of bounds. Christian Brown knocked it out.
5 ticks on the clock, Kesty.
Don't want to commit a foul here. Both teams in the bonus.
Butler right in front of us. Baseline left, looking to trigger. 5 to shoot. Gets it into Strus. Quick trigger 3. Off the backboard, left of the mark, missed. Down floor, Jokic feeds KCP. Put it up. Lowry got a hand on it. It's loose. Strus comes away with it. What a half of defense by Miami here in game 5.
Yet another play by Kyle Lowry. Plus 12 he is since checking into the ballgame on the floor.
40 seconds to go in the half. Butler harassed by Bruce Brown. Gets a crushing screen by Adebayo. Now Butler puts it up. Can't get it. Tipped out. Controlled by Christian Brown of Denver. The Kansas rookie into the front court. Feeds Jokic. Quick pass to Porter on the right. Drives hard. Flushes harder with a left hand.
Smart. And this guy is now 9 points. He's attacking the paint, not settling for jumpers.
7-point Miami lead. 51-44. 16 seconds to go in the half. Shot clock about a second and a half difference. No fouls to give either way. Lowry dribbling at half court. Adebayo will set a screen. 6 to shoot in the half. Here's Lowry. Shoots a 3. Missed it. Jokic tips. Grabbed by Jokic with 1. Jokic, 3-quarter court heave. Oh, it was online and just fell short as Miami leads by 7 at the half.
Great effort by the Miami Heat. It's really been feast or famine. They've either had great pressure on the shots and they had no chance to go in 1 for 15 from there, or Denver's moved it, particularly in the paint, and got it well. Again, we've said this a number of times. If either team would start making 3-point shots, could go a long way.
Bam Adebayo, 18 points. The Miami bench with 17. And the defense held Denver to 22 in the first quarter, 22 in the second quarter. Miami trying to keep its season alive. Hey, Red Panda's in the house to entertain us here at halftime. 51-44, Miami leading Denver. We're at the break. Let's send it to Kevin Winter in the studio with the AutoZone halftime report.
It's time to say goodnight. Mark Kessler, show to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Mark Kessler, Doris Burke, PJ Carlissimo, Rosgoto Woody. Enjoy the halftime show. Up next on the AutoZone halftime report, ESPN NBA analyst Corey Alexander will join me to break down how Miami has stifled Denver in the first half. The Heat in a must-win lead by 7, 51-44. This is Game 5 of the Finals on ESPN Radio.
The season is here, and so is your chance to experience all the thrilling Heat basketball live and in the stands. As the official marketplace of the NBA, Ticketmaster has got you covered with the largest selection of seats of any ticketing marketplace. Do not miss any of the action. Grab your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com/heat.
At the UPS store, not every small business needs the same thing, but every small business needs something. We're the scanning and faxing store, the printing store, the packing and shipping store,
I need my designing place and my printing place to be the same place store.
We're the one-stop, right around the corner, everything you need so you can be unstoppable store. The UPS store. Be unstoppable. The UPS store locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
The Kia Summer Sales event is happening now at Gunther Kia. Today, you can score big savings on your new Kia Sorento, Stinger, and the all-electric EV6. All with Gunther's guaranteed lowest price and 3 years no-worry maintenance included. This summer, get into your new Kia from Gunther Kia in Fort Lauderdale on 441, just north of I-595. Shop for your new Kia online at GuntherKia.com. For car buying done your way, you've got to get to Gunther Kia.
It's time for easier, and buying a Yamaha Wave Runner has never been easier. With the largest stock in South Florida, and with special offers during the Perfect Choice sales event, quick and easy financing and APR as low as 3.99% for 60 months. What are you waiting for? 2022 models are arriving. Jet Ski of Miami, your go-to dealer for anything Yamaha. Jet Ski of Miami and Fisherman's Boat Group, your Yamaha Marine Superstore for over 60 years. JetSkiofMiami.com. Main retail prices not include prep, freight, or tax. Monthly APR rate on price based on Tier 1 qualifying APR. See dealer for details.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Miami Heat, the home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps, has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. We bring brands to life. Call us today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what we can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
It's halftime on the Miami Heat audio experience. Let's get caught up.
The shake-off three, puts it up and in off the glass, and one. Downhill, Bam. I mean, he shook the drawers off three. It got to the rim from the left side.
With Jokic out of the game, Bam has got to attack every single time.
The way you'd want it in an elimination game. Hi, everybody. It's the Bacardi Halftime Report. Our score through 24, Miami 51, Denver 44. Have the Nuggets been bamboozled so far through 2 quarters? I'd say so. Let's welcome in Alejandro Solana. And things looked ominous when the Nuggets went on that early 12-0 run, got the crowd into it early in the first. But thankfully, the Heat recovered at a strong late first quarter into the second and seemed to have followed their game plan throughout the half. What stands out to you why the Heat is in the position they're in?
Well, it starts with defense, right? I mean, you can talk about Miami's intensity on both ends of the floor, but defensively, they forced 10 turnovers thus far on Denver. They've been able to get out in transition, which is where they strive, and it's also why they have, as Amy mentioned, more field goal attempts right now, plus holding Denver to just 1 of 15 from 3. That's been pivotal here in this first half.
Our halftime score, Miami 51, Denver 44. Up next, have we noticed a practical Joker sighting? Alejandro rejoins us as we look at some of the key numbers in a matter of moments. This is the Bacardi Halftime Report on the Miami Heat audio experience.
This is Jason Jackson with the Miami Heat, and I'm here to introduce you to Accordis, preferred partner of the Miami Heat. Accordis provides the latest technology to help us and many more enterprises like yours to thrive with their solutions for networking, managed printing, IT security, and more. They hold one of South Florida's largest authorized partner networks, partnering with Cisco, Microsoft, Samsung, LG, Xerox, Dell, HP, and dozens more. Accordis gives your business the fast and effective tech game plan it needs to continue to win. To start winning with us, contact Accordis today at 1-888-331-3134 or visit them at www.accordiscorp.com.
Imagine a bank that is always in your court, one that sees their customers as part of a team with a common goal to achieve your dreams. Well, imagine that. There is one. We're Amerant. We're ready to help you wherever you are in life, and just as importantly, wherever you want to go. Because at Amerant, we want you to live a life beyond what you could imagine. Amerant, official bank of the Miami Heat. Member FDIC.
Fly to Philly, take off to Tampa, depart for Denver.
Following your team on the road is more rewarding with the new American Airlines Advantage program. Your flights and everyday spend not only earn you miles towards your next trip, but also loyalty points toward Advantage status. All the more reason to purchase both a home and away jersey. With status comes great benefits like priority boarding, free checked bags, and complimentary upgrades. Not a member? Enroll for free today at AA.com. American Airlines, you are why we fly. Terms and conditions apply.
What's the Anajar and Levine difference? If you're the victim of a car crash, you will always speak to a lawyer. You'll always get the highest standard of care from our dedicated legal team, and we'll always fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Don't wait. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
Main office, Fort Lauderdale.
When it comes to basketball in Florida, Valley Sports Sun is the heart of the state, bringing you to the hardwood for all the biggest moments.
Come on! He's on fire!
Watch your hometown team turn up the temperature as they battle the very best around the league.
Oh, my.
Plus, pregame with your favorite Valley Sports team before and after each game for the Heat Live pre- and post-game shows.
Yes.
Catch the Heat all season long on Valley Sports Sun, the Valley Sports app, and Valley Sports Plus.
Time for more of the halftime show on the Miami Heat audio experience.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the McCarty halftime report. Our score at the break: Miami 51, Denver 44. Discussing the max factor for the visitors and more. Let's welcome back Alejandro. And we mentioned this in pregame. Not that we're going to.
They liked Bill as a basketball player. They just didn't agree with his views off the court.
They would blame it on the length of my hair, and they would blame it on who I voted for. I vote in every election. I express my feelings. I'm an engaged citizen. I'm part of a team. What is more mainstream than that?
30 for 30 presents The Luckiest Guy in the World, episodes 3 and 4, tomorrow at 8 Eastern on ESPN, streaming same night on ESPN+.
Tuesday on Fitz and Harry, we're reacting to Game 5 of the NBA Finals. The Nuggets going for their first world championship.
And how great has Nikola Jokic actually been? We've got stats to back that up.
Give me the numbers. Fitz and Harry, Tuesday, noon Eastern on ESPN Radio, and watch on the ESPN app.
The NBA Finals continue on ESPN Radio.
Bruce Brown for three. It's good. What a night for Bruce Brown in Game 4.
The Nuggets return to Denver. One win from their first NBA championship. Can the Heat survive a must-win Game 5? The finals. Game 5 of the Nuggets and Heat. Presented by Indeed. Coverage begins Monday at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ABC. You can also listen on the ESPN app and on SiriusXM Channel 80. This is Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
I don't know if you've ever walked into a basketball arena with Stephen A. Smith. It is much like what it must have been like to walk anywhere with Elvis. It's insane. For the majority of the time that I've been with him, we walk in and people will just yell Cowboy stuff at him. So can I tell you that this past week we're in LA and I walk into the arena with Stephen A. and both nights people are yelling Aaron Rodgers stuff at me. Have I been talking about Rodgers that much? Is this something that I've been doing to the point that it has become like that? Like, has Rodgers become to me what Stephen A. and the Cowboys have become? Is it that, Bubba?
Yeah, I think you maybe just crossed that line just ever so slightly.
Cam?
We did it for like 3 months straight, but other than that, I can't recall.
I have to admit, I thought I covered it the appropriate amount.
Lies, 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 and more lies.
Greeny with Mike Greenberg. Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Plus, you can watch and listen on the ESPN app. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Mo Black in New Jersey. You're on KJM.
Mo Black? What?
Mo Black. It just says M-O Black.
You
Mo
sure
Black.
say Mo Black? Because I don't know.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Sure hasn't heard that one before. What up, Mo?
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, man, shout out to you guys, man. Honestly, I think your show is like one of the most underrated shows on TV. And Max, you the man. Jay, I'm from New Jersey. I went to St. Benedict's Prep.
Oh,
and you are
okay.
considered basketball's finest.
Newark, stand up.
And New Jersey royalty. And Key, I got to say, man, next to Jalen Rose, you got the second best hairline on TV, all right? I just want to put that out there. And shout out to the DJ. Okay? Now, what I want to get to...
Wait, who has the best hairline on TV, Mo?
Jalen Rose. It's got to be Jalen Rose.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you take it away.
Key,
You're
right
number
there,
2.
Key, you're right there.
GJ and Max. Followed by Greeny. Mornings on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Kevin Winter with you. That'll do it for us on the AutoZone Halftime Report, brought to you by the makers of 5-Hour Energy. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com. Before the game, during NBA Countdown, I asked Jalen Rose, where can Miami find hope? He said, create turnovers. Check. Denver had 10 of them. He said, get him in foul trouble. Check. Nikola Jokic, he had 2. Aaron Gordon played just 7 minutes with 3 fouls. Miami by 7. They're going home. They're trying to take Denver with them for Thursday night. Back to Ball Arena to start the second half with Roscoe Woody, Doris Burke, PJ Calissimo. Here's Mark Kestisher.
All right, Kev, thanks a lot. And Doris, we'll start with you. That was a defensively aggressive, low-scoring half, just like Miami likes it.
Yeah, 2 things in play here, I think. The first is Miami's pressure. Their pressure on the ball. They're up in the passing lanes. They're changing the tempo with their zone. But Denver's struggling. And I think part of this is feeling the pressure of the closeout. PJ said it. That 16th one is hard. They're 1 for 8 on open threes. According to Elias Sports Bureau, they're 1 for 15, 6.7%. is the worst in any half in NBA Finals history. So a few things going on. Peach, what do you think of that first half?
Well, I think it's the stats are so deceptive. Denver shot 46% to only 39 for Miami, but Miami got them in all the specialty areas. +6 second chance points. They've done a better job on the offensive glass. +2 points off turnovers, even though it's 10-4, but that's also given Miami 5 more field goal attempts. Free throws 9-3, +6 for Miami. 3-point line is the most significant one. Miami's not shooting well. They're 4 for 15. But when you compare it to 1 for 15, it's a +9. Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon have got to step up. Denver, to get back in this game, they need a better Jamal Murray, and they need Aaron Gordon to stay on the floor.
That Miami bench was terrific, led by Kyle Lowry, as we check in with Roz Golden-Woode.
Yeah, I spoke with Kyle Lowry about what he feels he brings to the table, and he told me, I'm calm. I've been here before. I've been in this. I've been at the top. I've been at the bottom. I've been swept. I've been talked bad about. One thing that I know that I can control, it's my confidence in my abilities to play basketball. I put in too much time and work So I'm never going to waver on what I've done, guys.
Thank you, Roz. And the Denver Nuggets back on the floor. Miami now joining them in the red road uniforms. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, all hampered with first half foul trouble. And we're just about set to go here in the third quarter. Miami needs a win to force a Game 6 Thursday night back in Miami. Denver looking to celebrate a championship, their first ever, on their home floor tonight, but they'll have to come back.
So far in the series, the third quarter's been Denver, the fourth quarter's been Miami.
Here's Bam Adebayo attacking the basket to our right. Dribble handoff, Strus beyond the arc, rises for three, missed it. Rebound, Michael Porter right under the basket. He's got 9 rebounds and 9 points, Porter, here in Game 5. Murray running his defender through a Jokic screen. Lobs it back to Jokic. Back outside Murray. Bam's got him. They go to Jokic on the mismatch. Vincent trying to defend him. Backs him down to the mid-post. Vincent knocked it away. Jokic got it back. Flipped it up and in as he's fouled.
So patience, right? 2-man game. Ball goes back and forth between Jamal and Jokic until Jokic repositions himself in the paint. And PJ lights out if Gabe Vincent's checking him.
Well, no, exactly. That's the switch you don't want to happen right there. Sometimes it happens in the zone. That was man-to-man with the switch. Max Strus had a good look, that opening three. But again, threes are not the way either team really wants to go.
Jokic completes a three-point play. The lead for Miami is 4. Vincent struggling on offense. Passes to Strus, got in deep and flips it up and in.
We got Jamal Murray closing on him, and instead of taking the three, he put it on the floor.
53-47 Heat, just about a minute into this third quarter. Nikola Jokic, the big center, into the front court. They work it around to Murray, dribbling toward the right hash mark. Finds Jokic off the curl to the top. Hand off Murray, 2 staggered screens. Finds Gordon, one of the screeners. He's open for 3. He'll take it. He'll miss it. Rebounded by Adebayo.
1 for 16 from 3.
This was a team that shot 14 of 28 from 3 in Game 4 in Miami. Here's Vincent around the Bam screen, lifts from 20 and knocks it home. His first field goal of Game 5. Gabe Vincent had been 3 for 16. If you had the 0 for 5 first half, 3 for 21 over a 10-quarter stretch before that make. 8-point lead Miami. Here's a fading away lefty shot. Murray, no. Rebounded by the Heat.
Murray 2 for 8, forced into that fade.
That's an off-balance, tough shot right there, well defended.
Bam Adebayo drives into Jokic. Attacked him in the first half, attacks him again. Flip shot, no. Rebound Murray. Almost 10 minutes to go in the third. Oh, his pass is stolen by Butler. 11 Denver turnovers. Down floor, Adebayo. High up the window, no. Tapped out by Jokic. Denver has it.
Opportunity and didn't finish.
Oh, Porter pulls up in 3 in transition. That's one he's got to make, and he missed it. Rebounded by Love.
1 for 17, and the misses continue.
Doris, why won't they drive to the basket, especially in transition?
Yeah, I mean, Michael Porter Jr. has lived in the paint for his scoring tonight.
They've scored effectively every time they've attacked the paint.
Here's Butler attacking the lane, drives under the basket, stops baseline right, finds Strus, quick trigger 3, no good, side rim, tipped up, Love won't go, rebounded by the Joker. Up ahead to Porter, aggressive, into the corner, KCP, and back to Porter, 9:20 to go in the third, down 8, Porter, aggressive, attacks Adebayo, flips it in.
He's got 5 baskets, I think all of them in the paint.
Yeah, and that's what you're talking about, Doris and Kesty, attacking the rim.
11 for Porter, 55-49. Miami's lead down to 6. Vincent probes under the basket, circles around to the middle of the lane. Porter's all over him. Goes to the right, flipper, no. Rebound Jokic.
Decent defense. Again, that is a tough cover for Michael Porter Jr.
Pass to Gordon, got him in the restricted lane. He got fouled by Butler, and he puts it in. 3-point opportunity for Aaron Gordon, who was saddled with first half foul trouble.
Wow,
Oh, they're going to wave off the bucket. Josh Tiven with Nikola Jokic in his face tells him to back up.
Well, Josh Tiven originally scored the goal and made it an and one.
He went up. It was Mark Davis.
Came in. The Miami bench was jumping up and down, saying the foul occurred on the floor. And Mark Davis convinced Josh Tiven that it should have been an on-the-floor call. Again, that's officials working together. No one in this building likes it other than the Miami bench.
Jimmy Butler's second, side in Denver. Jamal Murray has it, 14 to shoot, down 6. Now aggressive into the lane, all the way deep, lays it in, beating Gabe Vincent off the bounce.
Well, they got the field goal, but they didn't get the and one opportunity.
4-point game, 55-51 Miami. Vincent, pass to the right corner, Butler, up top, Love, right angle three, straight down, barely moved the net.
Evan Love has been very effective, and it seems every time he gets a big three attempt, he makes it.
First field goal as a daddy, as his daughter was born yesterday. 58-51 Miami. Here's bully ball, Jokic against Bam, got deep and scored.
Just multiple dribbles, uses his frame and length to score over Bam.
14 and 11 for Jokic. 58-53 Miami, still up 5. Vincent behind the screen of Adebayo, goes to his left, beats Porter, and shoots and scores from 20.
Very much like Lowry. He used Bam and played peekaboo behind the screen.
That matchup, they're attacking that Michael Porter Jr. matchup.
60-53 Heat. Here's Murray coming off to the left, draws a double team, finds Gordon underneath, wrapped up by Love, still able to pump it up and missed it. Gordon this time will shoot a pair, but first, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the NBA Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed. .7:45 to go, third quarter in Denver. Heat 60, Nuggets 53. Aaron Gordon hits the first of 2. Mark Kestisher, Doris Burke, PJ Carlissimo, Roz Goldenwood with you here in Denver.
Both teams seem to have learned their lesson. Don't rely on the three. Dave Vincent is attacking Michael Porter Jr. every time. Denver's been able to find Aaron Gordon twice now in the paint.
Do you lift him, PJ, if you're a coach for somebody else defensively?
Yes.
Another miss by Gordon on the free throw, but an offensive rebound. Murray off the bounce, beats Adebayo and Love. Flip shot, no tip. Jokic good. Denver back within 4.
The offensive glass was better for Miami first half.
Jimmy Butler sets up on the left wing. 7:25 to go in the third. Using the Adebayo screen. Missed the 15-footer flat. Rebound Jokic.
I'm wondering about that
He's
right
short
arm.
armed it, yeah, and he's had that hydrocolator pad. Every time he goes to the bench, a heat pad. You have to wonder if Jimmy Butler is right.
He's trying to defend the big Nikola Jokic in the mid-post. Jokic back to the basket. Dribbles once, dribbles twice, turns into a double team. Missed the shot, but got the call. Adebayo raising his hand, but I don't think they're going to give him the foul. They will. It'll be on Bam Adebayo, his second.
It's 3 team fouls. 4 team fouls already for Miami. So again, maybe MPJ, Michael Porter Jr. settled early for a 3. Since then, it's been attack the rim every time. As Nikola Jokic misses the first one.
7th missed free throw of Game 5. They're 5 of 12. Jokic with 16 points, 13 rebounds. He'll get one more. Denver down 4.
But they got to be elated. In less than 5 minutes, they're right back in the game, and Miami's in foul trouble.
I love the approach, PJ. They're saying we're bigger and stronger. We're coming down into the box. Guard us if you can.
Well, they didn't have Gordon for most of the first half.
Jokic split the pair, 60-57. Miami lead down to 3. Vincent pulls for 3, missed it wide left. Porter the rebound, drives coast to coast, out to Murray, a chance for the tie, hits the 3, deadlocked at 60, as Eric Spoelstra calls timeout for Miami.
The blue arrow from the corner, you push the pace, you put pressure on PJ, that's an open look.
And you stop burping up threes.
16-9, Denver in the quarter. They've wiped out a 7-point halftime deficit, and they have reignited the crowd here at Ball Arena. Timeout, 6:44 to go, third quarter. Denver, Miami, deadlocked at 60. You're listening to the NBA Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Former NFL executive got 2 ones for Key. Mike Tannenbaum.
Great trade.
Thanks. What trade, Jay?
Huh?
That wasn't a great trade.
No?
They still trying to replace him. I went on to win a Super Bowl. They went home.
Well, they didn't win a Super Bowl, but they had playoff success, and you got to win a Super Bowl. In retrospect, are you glad he traded you or not?
We got to go to break.
GJ and Max, followed by Greeny. Mornings on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. The Low Post Podcast with Zach Lowe.
has Denver had an easy road to the finals? I don't want to hear any of this. Vegas picked the Suns to beat the Nuggets in the second round. I picked the Suns to beat the Nuggets in the second round. We're just like a month removed from 9 million TV segments about, are the Lakers a sleeping giant? There is no such thing as an easy road to the finals, as evidenced by the number 8 seed Miami Heat.
Check out the Low Post podcast on the ESPN app or wherever you listen to podcasts. You can't miss Canty and Carlin, Pound for Pound, the biggest show on ESPN Radio.
If I'm Suns owner Matt Ishbia and I just paid $4 billion for the team, and we're talking about the luxury tax that I'm facing going into 2023, 2024, ain't no way in hell I'm paying that kind of money, knowing how big a gap there is between where my team is and the Denver Nuggets. So we slashing salaries, we slashing payroll. Chris Paul, Sr., we're going to use the wave stretch provision. And guess what? DeAndre Ayton, we didn't want to give you that contract in the first place. I damn sure don't want to give it to you now that I got KD and Devin Booker. So adios, see you. We'll fill in the rest of the players around KD and Devin Booker. And so from that standpoint, we're absolutely talking about Chris Paul going somewhere else and playing this summer.
Lakers can't get Chris Paul. That would be a mistake. Let me ask you this question, though, as a Laker fan. Chris Paul, Kyrie Irving. Who do you want?
I mean, here's the thing. I don't
You
know.
want a jar of fluff is what you want.
I don't know if I'm going to get either guy in the postseason.
Canty and Carlin, weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Kevin to Insider Granger Studio. Of course, every game of the NBA Finals heard exclusively here on ESPN Radio, but also on ABC Television. Mark Chestersher, Doris Burke, PJ Carlissimo. Tonight on ABC TV, Mike Breen is broadcasting his 100th NBA Finals game. Rouse, go to winning back to you at Ball Arena.
I was outside of the Heat huddle. Coach Spoelstra saw a lapse in intensity for his team. His face communicated so much ferocity. He told them, no relief. We're not going hard enough. Whether it's rebounding, we've got to go harder. Overall, everybody in the huddle clapped it up. They brought it in, and they came back on the court together.
Thanks, Roz. 9-2 run, PJ, for Denver. Bam Adebayo was so good in the first half. Where's he been in the third?
Well, he was the only player in double figures. I like Gabe Vincent going at Michael Porter Jr. for twos, but not for threes. Bam has been their strongest weapon by far, and you got Nikola Jokic. No, he's not in foul trouble yet, but if he keeps guarding Bam play after play after play, you got a chance to get him out of there.
And that three-pointer by Jamal Murray to tie. Denver was 1 for 17 from three before that make. Tied at 60. Miami with it. Butler 6.5 to go in the third. Dribbles across the top to Caleb Martin is in the game now. He's got 3 fouls. Twitches right corner. Rises from 3. Missed it. Bam got a hand on it. So did Murray on the backside. He's got the rebound. Jamal busts into the front court. Now darts beyond the three-point line. Denver will set up in the half court. Murray dribbling back to half. They're going to spread the floor here. Murray dribbling up to the three-point line. 10 to shoot. To the left side to Porter. Porter drives on Adebayo. He'll rise. Contested deep 2. Short. Rebound Butler.
I don't understand it. When they attack the rim, and Miami's got 4 team fouls already.
Butler baseline right, guarded by KCP. Finds Max Strus, who darts into the lane on Porter. Puts it up and in. Great angle on the drive.
See, I'd lift Porter because they were beating him relentlessly defensively. I know he's rebounding. He's got 11 points and 10, but Peach, they're just attacking him.
No, they are for sure. And again, I didn't like settling for the jump shot. Go to the rim.
62-60. Miami retakes the lead. 5.5 to go in the third. Lofted ball over the top to Jokic. Finds Porter open. Corner 3. Missed another. That was wide open look. Rebounded by Lowry. Lowry into the front court. Bounce for Bam in the high post and back to Lowry. Kyle, it's a plus 10 in the first half. Feeds Adebayo on the drive. Lefty hook, no good. Contested by Jokic.
That's a 3-foot shot, though. Bam Adebayo's got to make those.
Jokic over the top. Aaron Gordon, much bigger. Able to climb over Kyle Lowry and slam it home. Now Strus nearly went over and back at half court. That ball popped out. Did not go. So Gordon with Lowry in his way could not finish on the basket.
He grabbed the rim, and the rim knocked it out when he tried to dunk it.
I was watching Lowry down on the floor. Here's Lowry. Long 3 from the left is a miss. Long rebound. Caleb Martin has it. In the lane, driving, lost it. Saves it on the end line. Stolen on the save to Aaron Gordon. 4.5 to go in the third. Up ahead, KCP. An open look at 3. Off the rim and falls no good to Lowry.
Why? You're 2 for 20. Why? go to the rim.
About 3 seconds into the shot clock.
4:20 to go in the third. Miami's still up 2. Here's Butler. Jump stop in the middle of the lane. Turns into Porter. Flips it up. No good. Jokic, another rebound, is 14th.
Denver's got to take advantage right now because Miami is shaky.
Here's Jamal Murray trying to feed one down low. Turned it over. Nobody was there. Lowry has it. Bouncing it for Caleb Martin on the cut. And he scores as he goes across the end line and slides awkwardly. Timeout Denver as Miami takes a 4-point lead.
This is a great timeout by Michael Malone. Your decision-making offensively the last several possessions has been poor. You've got to settle down.
Timeout here in Denver. 3:58 to go in the third quarter. Miami Heat still maintaining the lead up 4, 64-60 in Denver. This is the NBA Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Schack, host of the podcast ESPN Daily. Every weekday morning, I'll bring you the best sports story you'll hear all day. Today on ESPN Daily, with the Denver Nuggets 1 win away from their first NBA title, ESPN NBA reporter Om Young-Masuk tells us what it took for them to get this far and where they can go from here. Follow us and listen wherever you get good podcasts.
Jason Fitz and Harry Douglas are Fitz and Harry.
Some of the biggest names in golf with the PGA Tour who have been loudly defending the PGA Tour weren't even consulted in the process. I cannot believe that the PGA Tour wouldn't be talking to their biggest names and saying, hey, we want to make sure you guys understand what's happening, why it's going down, and what the thought process is. Instead, it feels like everybody right now feels like they got stabbed in the back.
Fitz and Harry, weekdays at noon Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. The biggest names in sports are on ESPN Radio.
Shane Battier, 2-time NBA champion.
The all-time great discussion. I don't think you get into that conversation unless you win a championship.
Glenn Big Baby Davis won a championship with the Celtics.
When we need to succeed, Paul's going to be there. I just don't see that in Tatum yet. I think he needs to understand the times to turn it up and the times to sit back.
Jalen Johnson, Bears cornerback.
Really, there's nothing that he can't do. I think once he gets comfortable, I think he can be very dangerous, and you'll see a lot of that dominant quarterback play that you saw at Ohio State.
Alex English. Is that an insult to be told I'm the all-time underrated squad, Alex?
I feel the same. To not be named to the top 75 was a very big disappointment. To be the top scorer in a decade, bewildering to me. Why would that not be part of the criteria?
The biggest names in sports come here. And it all starts weekday mornings with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max and continues all day. This is ESPN Radio.
Kevin Winter inside our Granger studio after the Jamal Murray 3 to tie it at 60, the last 5 possessions for the Denver Nuggets. Missed Michael Porter Jr. jumper, missed 3 by MPJ, missed 3 by KCP, missed dunk by Aaron Gordon, his own doing, by the way, and a Jamal Murray turnover. Mark Tessisher, back to you, DB and PJ.
All right, thanks a lot, Kev. Decision-making, shot decisions, very baffling for Denver here in this third quarter.
It is for sure, and right out there now, Aaron Gordon is showing his arm to David Guthrie. Kyle Lowry walked in because he's the one that put those three marks on his arm, caused him to miss the dunk. Aaron Gordon's really upset. He thought it could have been an and one. They got nothing out of it.
Doris, nobody was more frustrated in that timeout than Nikola Jokic.
He was basically as animated and emotive as I've ever seen Nikola Jokic. And it was at the entire team. ABC showing the replay right now on the sideline. He feels a level of desperation right now to get this championship.
Well, he's wondering why we're taking threes. And as you guys pointed out, Miami, 4 quick fouls, not able to take advantage of the penalty.
Zone here out of the timeout.
Miami in the zone. KCP gets it to Jokic on the three-point line. Back to Caldwell Pope. Looking for Jokic. Lobs it to him. Now the floater runner from 13 does not fall. And it's rebounded by Caleb Martin.
Good look, good pass by KCP.
Usually those buckets fall for Jokic. Robinson for 3. No. Rebound Aaron Gordon. 64-60 Miami. 3:27 to go in the third. NBA Finals Game 5. Pass to Bruce Brown. Runs right into Gabe Vincent, who grabs the ball and ties him up.
Jamal Murray is on the sideline right now. So you lifted Jamal and brought in Bruce Brown. Here comes Christian Brown. He's going to replace Aaron Gordon. Jamal has 5 turnovers, 3 abysmal turnovers. So an important stretch here. You're down 4. You got a couple of your bench guys in rotation.
They work their way back into the game. They better make sure they stay back into this game.
Bruce Brown, Denver. Gabe Vincent, Miami will jump free throw line to the left with 3:21 to go in the third, and the Heat lead at 4, trying to force a Game 6 Thursday night in Miami.
Mark Davis trying to get the 2 jumpers to back up.
All the way, control 1 by Denver. KCP beyond the arc, gives it right to Nikola Jokic, 9 to shoot. Nikola looking. Terminates the dribble, standing on the three-point line. Sends it over to KCP, right corner 3. No good. Rebounded by Robinson.
2 for 21 from three-point territory.
Yeah, that one, though, the clock was, he had to shoot it. There was like 2 seconds on the clock.
3 minutes to go in the third. Kyle Lowry. Dribble slips on the floor. Take away Denver. 2-on-2. KCP drives to the bucket. Falls off, no good. Tipped in on the follow. KCP slipped over the end line.
He's hurt. Just motion to the bench, and he's holding his right arm down by his side.
Gave the bucket to Bruce Brown. And now Mark Davis calls an official timeout here.
Wow.
Does he want the guys to mop?
Yep, that's exactly what he wants.
And Jamal Murray should not be allowed in now. He's at the table to come in for KCP. Eric Spoelstra standing in front of us. But KCP, when he got off the floor, he stayed down for about 3 seconds. His right arm's kind of hanging limply there.
He fell right on it, PJ.
Yeah.
He got his legs out from underneath him. He couldn't break the fall.
Bruce Brown got the follow. Denver's down 2. Miami ball out of the timeout. 2.5 to go in the third. Vincent had it knocked away. It's loose. Porter's got it 1-on-2. Goes between the legs on the dribble and scores the lay-in to tie the game.
That is a spectacular handle by Michael Porter Jr. I'm going to pipe down about taking him out.
And a costly turnover.
Adebayo driving, got it slapped away, out of bounds. The secondary defender, KCP, I think the one who got the hand on it.
No call. Bam Adebayo went pretty strong with the basket. Gabe Vincent lost it. Michael Porter just grabbed it.
Jokic had the slap down strip on Vincent.
Baseline inbound, Miami front court. Vincent looking, lobs it to Adebayo above the arc. Gives it to Robinson, doubled all the way out to the right wing. Skip pass to Vincent. Gabe drives once, floats up and in, breaks the tie with 2:05 to go in the third.
They're supposed to try to get him into their zone. I'm not sure the players saw it. Yep, there they are, back in the zone.
Murray will sling it over to the left side to Bruce Brown, right back to Jamal Murray at the three-point line. Left-hand dribble to Brown. From the left angle, his 3 pops in and out. Rebound, Christian Brown from behind, tapped it. Oh, they're going to get Kyle Lowry with the loose ball foul. After Brown tipped it, while he was tipping it, he got fouled.
I'm not sure who's going to shoot it.
Christian Brown again, mixing it up on the offensive window, is going to earn a couple free throws.
First time they've taken advantage, PJ.
Yeah, he's got to convert. Yeah, it took a long time, exactly. I hate to say it. The referees know when you get to 4, they make sure there still has not been a foul call against Denver this quarter.
Christian Brown hits the first of 2. 1-point game and a chance to tie it. Minute 49 to go here in the third quarter. Brown, one of the stars of Game 3 in Miami, the rookie from Kansas, scored 15 points. Had only 1 point in Game 4 as they quiet down at Ball Arena and cheer as he makes both to tie it.
That's an event tonight for 2 free throws made for Denver.
That's right.
66 all. Minute 40 to go in the third. Miami with it. Lowry finds some daylight, shoots the 3, overcooked it. Porter, the rebound, is 12th. Michael Porter, a double-double. Good bounce back. Pulls from 3. He better make it. He did. Michael Porter finally hits a triple in Game 5 as Denver takes the lead. Minute 22 to go in the third. Duncan Robinson harassed, nearly lost it. Passes to Adebayo, right back to Robinson, right wing. Robinson finds Adebayo, free throw line. Jumper up, rattles home.
Big time delivery. It's been a while, it felt like, since we heard from Bam, but that's that free throw line jumper that's so pure.
Miami back to their zone.
Bam Adebayo had 18 points in the half, Doris. Those are his first 2 points of the third. Pass to Jokic, turns, fades. He was grabbed. They finally blew the whistle. You can't hear it with the sellout here. And Gabe Vincent's going to get called for the hold. That'll be his second personal. 2 free throws for Jokic.
He had both of the smaller guards wrapped around him, Kyle Lowry and Gabe Vincent. I wasn't sure who they were going to call the foul line.
I want to go back to the 3 in transition because as poorly as they have shot it, 3 for 23. Michael Porter Jr., I think, believed in his mind it was a matter of time. As you said, your call was perfect. As Jokic misses another free throw, 8 for 16. But the guts of Michael Porter Jr., you're right. You better make it, baby.
He has struggled mightily. He was 3 for 22 through the first 4 games, missed his first 4 tonight. That 3 gave him the lead, which holds right now at 69-68 Denver. 54 seconds to go in the third. Jokic splits the pair. 2-point Nugget lead. Up 3-1 in the NBA Finals. Game 5 here on ESPN Radio. Duncan Robinson from the right wing. Stops, fires it over to Lowry. Now to Caleb Martin, who ducks in on the dribble into the lane. Finds Lowry, fakes to the right, goes left, drives. Finds Caleb Martin open for 3. Missed it off the rim. Controlled rebound, tipped out. Miami's got it. Lowry will turn and fire a 3 and hit for the lead with 32 seconds to go in the third.
Nikola Jokic tipped it back. He couldn't get two hands on it, but again, tapped it right to Kyle Lowry for a 3.
Kyle Lowry with his third triple of Game 5. 9 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists for the 37-year-old veteran.
What your mama is waiting for.
Here he comes now at the three-point line to Jokic, who turns quickly. Short roll pass to Brown. Blocked by Adebayo. Huge block by Bam with 7 seconds to go in the third. Lowry, three-point line to the free throw line. Spins, fades, missed the jumper from behind. Adebayo tips, and the third quarter comes to an end. Denver had come back from down 7 at half. Miami's lead, though, is 1 going to the fourth.
Denver's perfectly happy to be where they are right now. They just have to make some better decisions with their shot selection. Miami needs somebody else other than Bam Adebayo and Kyle Lowry to step up.
20 points, 10 rebounds for Bam Adebayo. The Heat ceded the lead, but got it back. Need a win to force a Game 6, 71-70. Heat lead the Nuggets. We're going to the fourth next. This is the NBA Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
The Low Post Podcast with Zach Lowe.
The single strongest unit in this series is the Denver Nuggets offense, centered around an unstoppable 2-time MVP.
Check out the Low Post Podcast on the ESPN app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Western Scrub Jay. I was taking my science class on a virtual reality bird watching expedition. All of a sudden, Charlie Kane shouts, "Arr! Arr!" He had spotted the elusive black swift, a bird rarely seen in the wild. For a brief moment, Charlie had not the eyes of a 9-year-old boy. He had the eyes of an eagle.
Teachers just have better work stories. Find out how creative teaching can be at teachdfw.org. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Are you kidding me? Gas prices are up again? Somebody has to do something.
Well, someone did. That's why I use Upside.
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that pays you back real money for every gallon of gas or diesel you buy. I just earned 25 cents back on every gallon of this tank.
So the Upside app is free and you actually get cash back every time you use it? No strings attached?
Yep, it's awesome. Check it out. It only takes a couple of minutes to sign up.
Instead of just watching your dollars go into your tank, start putting money back into your wallet with the free app from Upside. With the price of gas today, it's big news and big money. To cash out of your Upside cash, just transfer it to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card. Upside users have already earned over $200 million. Now it's your turn. Download the free Upside app and get cash back on every gallon of gas. Use promo code ESPN23 for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill up. That's code ESPN23. Use code ESPN23 for an extra 25 cents per gallon back in your first fill up. Cashback's not available in gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Success is picking up extra shifts for your family. Now you want to be the boss. Success is getting your foot in the door. Now you want to take the next step. Success looks different to everyone, and University of Maryland Global Campus can help you reach your goals. For more than 75 years, we've been transforming adult lives by offering the opportunity to expand your skills, move up, or start a new career. With more than 125 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, online and hybrid courses, no-cost digital materials replacing most textbooks, personalized advising, financial resources, and lifetime career services, achieving your dreams is more possible than ever before. Now's the time to make your next career move. Our MBA and most graduate cybersecurity courses start July 12th. Gain the credentials and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking and move closer to your career goals. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate by Chev.
Stepping into inside our Granger studio. We closed the third quarter with Michael Porter Jr. with a no, yes, 3-pointer. Then Kyle Lowry says, hold my beer. And Lowry's three is the difference. Miami 71, Denver 70. Hey, try to keep the series alive. We go to the fourth and back to Ball Arena. Here's Mark Testisher.
All right, thanks a lot, Kev. And Doris, Nuggets outscored the Heat by 6 there, despite all the issues. They're only down 1.
Excellent quarter. Michael Porter Jr. finally makes a three. He has been productive. Here's the thing. You're down 1 if you're Denver. You've gotten 3 for 23 on three-pointers. You've missed 8 free throws, and you got 12 turnovers. The game is there for you. We just heard Michael Malone tell Lisa Salters, we're playing hard as hell. We're just a little bit tight. But, Pete, you got 12 minutes if you're Miami, and they ain't going to give it up easy.
No, and what he's really upset about is second chance points. That rebound in Nikola Jokic couldn't come up with. He tapped it back to Kyle Lowry, and it's 15-10 second chance points in favor of the Heat, starting with zone.
Michael Malone will have Jokic on the floor and Murray to start the fourth. Bruce Brown, fourth quarter hero the other night, gives it to Gordon. 8 to shoot. Gordon out on the wing. On top to Murray. Fires to Jokic at point blank, beating Cody Zeller just into the game.
Great pass by Jamal Murray.
72-71. The Jokic basket gives him 20 points. Gives the Nuggets the lead.
5 assists for Jamal.
Chance to win an NBA championship tonight at home as Butler drives into a triple team. Pass to Zeller, flips it to Robinson on the left wing. Jokic right on him. Dribbles past him. Runner up, no good. Tap Zeller, no. Rebounded by Gordon.
Great look. They have to finish that shot.
Up ahead, Jokic will set up. Back to the basket on Lowry. Left post. They work it around to Bruce Brown. Ball fake, drives into a double. They swing it around to Murray. Left angle three on its way, and good. Stares at the Miami bench. Shoots another blue arrow. Timeout Miami.
Maybe their best offensive possession in the game. The ball went inside, out, and then all the way around on the perimeter. Miami again misses an opportunity in the paint. Finally, a three goes down for Denver.
Only their fourth of Game 5. They have scored the first 5 of the fourth quarter. Eric Spoelstra using a timeout, 61 seconds in. 10:59 to go in regulation. Game 5, Nuggets 75, the Heat 71. And you're listening to the NBA Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
The Baseball Tonight podcast.
But I also see, like, off in the distance on the horizon, this monumental battle for American League MVP.
The Baseball Tonight podcast is on the ESPN app or wherever you listen to podcasts. The Low Post Podcast with Zach Lowe.
The single strongest unit in this series is the Denver Nuggets offense, centered around an unstoppable two-time MVP.
Check out the Low Post Podcast on the ESPN app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
From Disney and Pixar.
In Element City, there's air, earth, water, and fire. But we don't mix.
Watch it, Sparky. This Friday, fire and water don't mix.
Nobody waters down fire.
But when their city is in danger,
run for your life!
This is our home. We have to fix this.
Unlikely friends will become unexpected heroes.
Check this out.
I've never been punched in the face with beauty before.
Disney and Pixar's Elemental. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Only in theaters Friday. Tickets available now.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Shack, host of the podcast ESPN Dailies. Every weekday morning, I'll bring you the best sports story you'll hear all day. Today on ESPN Daily, with the Denver Nuggets one win away from their first NBA title, ESPN NBA reporter Om Young-Masuk tells us what it took for them to get this far and where they can go from here. Follow us and listen wherever you get good podcasts.
The 2023 U.S. Open Tennis Championships. It's the sport's biggest stars. It's the next generation now. It's fire on the court and off. It's edgy as seat and up on your feet. And it only happens here. The U.S. Open, August 28th through September 10th. Tickets on sale now at usopen.org. The U.S. Open. Spectacular awaits.
Kevin went to inside a Granger studio. I want to remind you, ESPN Radio's coverage of the 2023 NBA Draft is coming Thursday night, June 22nd, a week from Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for Barclays Center. Coverage is also seen ESPN Television, the ESPN app, and on Sirius XM Channel 80. By the way, you don't see that there, you hear it. Mark Chestership, back to you of Denver.
All right, thanks a lot, Kev. We were told Kentavious Caldwell-Pope of the Nuggets, questionable return. Remember, he went down late in the third quarter, landed on his arm. Before we get back to action, let's check in with Roz.
Guys, a couple time out ago, we saw an emotional and extremely frustrated Jokic. Well, in the last time out in the Nuggets huddle, I saw Jeff Green, a veteran, go up to Jokic, hug him, speak softly to him, calm him down. He even kissed him on his head. A teammate understanding that he wanted to settle his big man down, guys.
Well, Miami is a plus 20 in the fourth quarter. However, they're minus 5 here in this fourth quarter. Jimmy Butler with it, driving into the lane. Jimmy lifting, doesn't have the lift, had the shot knocked away. Miami keeps it, 12 to shoot. Lowry out of the left wing holding. 9 to shoot. Miami down 4. Looking to score for the first time in the fourth. Butler from the left, 4 to shoot. Gives to Martin, drives, flips it up to the right on a weird angle against Jokic and gets it to fall.
Caleb Martin right to the rim. Kessie, that was a good call. Jimmy Butler has no explosiveness. Really tough for him to finish inside.
75-73, Denver leading by 2. Jokic outside to Murray. Catch and shoot, fading 3, missed it short off the front rim. Martin has the Miami rebound. Down floor, he had an open Butler, didn't get it to him. Gordon intercepts. Aaron Gordon to Jokic, right side to Murray, coming up on 10 minutes to go. Inside, Jokic puts it up and in. 22 for the big man.
Keep attacking the paint. Jokic productive on every touch.
They are just making a living in the paint.
77-73 Denver, 9:50 to go. Caleb Martin with it on the right. Dribbles and goes to Duncan Robinson. Robinson across the Adebayo screen. Dribbles inside the arc. Long skip pass caught by Lowry. Catch and shoot 3. Buried it cold-blooded.
This guy's championship experience, 4 for 8 from 3. Gets them back within 1. Incredible performance by Kyle.
Where would they be without Kyle Lowry tonight? Miami down 1, 9.5 to play. Murray over to Bruce Brown. Bounces it free throw line to Jokic. Against Bam. Turns, fades. 10-footer. Straight through for Jokic.
Middle of the zone. He's just lighting them up in the middle of the zone when he catches the ball. Eric Spoelstra talking to Caleb Martin, and I think he's saying, front him. Don't let him catch it.
79-76 Denver. We're about to cross 9 minutes to play. Robinson bounce to Adebayo. Gets downhill. Got knocked down. No call. Shot is short. Rebounded by Murray. Here's Murray, front court free throw line to the corner. Bruce Brown driving into the lane. Tough flip shot, no. Grabbed by Aaron Gordon. They'll reset with 14 to shoot. Outside Jokic, down low Brown. Got fouled, put a shot up, no good. Caleb Martin commits his 4th. Christian Brown to the line.
How about the rebound by Aaron Gordon? He just went up between 2 Miami Heat defenders and just grabbed it. He's too big and strong.
8:44 to go.
Eric Spoelstra is giving Josh Tiven the absolute business right now.
I got to think it's about the Bam Adebayo no call on the other end.
Well, it takes patience and recognizing where you are as an official to give this guy his ability to vent, PJ, and stand stoically and not make a call.
Well, Bam is preaching the same thing to Mark Davis right now.
Christian Brown missed the first free throw. That is the 9th free throw miss tonight on a potential championship night for Denver. Second one up, front rims, falls off, no good. Another Denver miss at the line. Miami still down 3, 79-76, 8:38 to go in game 5. Jimmy Butler, walking dribble, top of the three-point arc, cuts back to the right. He's got Jokic off the switch, drives him underneath the basket, pass in the corner, Robinson. Well defended there, gives it to Butler underneath, passes to Adebayo, floats it up too strong, missing, rebounded by Murray.
Jimmy Butler's inability to be a threat as a scorer is problematic.
Very problematic.
Here's Murray taking Butler off the dribble, gets a double team, tried to wrap the pass around, and as he goes down, kind of grabs that left ankle a little bit.
6 turnover for Jamal. His decision-making tonight has not been great. That's 4 turnovers where it's mind-boggling, PJ. Just a baseline drive, nowhere to go. And he says, my fault on the way back.
But he's a half a step ahead of himself. Between the turnovers and the missed free throws, Denver has no one to blame but themselves if they can't deliver tonight.
Murray gets up, walks it off. Jimmy Butler brings it into the front court. Heat down 3 with 8 minutes to go. Butler pulls from the high post. In and out. Tip, no good. Rebound by Murray. Murray front court. Feeds Christian Brown into the corner. Gordon there and a catch-and-shoot triple. In and out. Adebayo flies in for the Heat board. 4 for 26 three-point shooting for the Denver Nuggets in Game 5. 7:40 to go. Miami still down 3. Kyle Lowry at the controls from the left. Dribbles off the switch against Jokic. Takes him under the basket. Circles, finds Strus just into the game. Max on the drive. Missed short on the floater. Rebounded underneath by Jokic. Down floor, Murray. Feeds the cutting Christian Brown. Blocked by Strus from behind. Kyle Lowry comes up with it with 7:15 to go. Again, down 3, Miami, 79-76. Butler drives into the lane. Jump pass corner to Strus. Strus driving Bruce Brown to the free throw line outside to Lowry. 7 to shoot. This might be Lowry's shot coming. Here's Lowry against Gordon. Crosses to the left. Shot is blocked by Gordon at the free throw line.
Both teams really struggling to score. I think we've got 2 tired teams out there, Doris.
No doubt about it.
Murray to slow things down for Denver. Got a high screen from Jokic. Pulls. Right elbow jumper. Yes! Jamal Murray putting Denver up 5. And Miami calls a second timeout of the fourth quarter.
It is a championship game. One team's season's on the line. If you're the Miami Heat, you got no losses left in your belt. If you're Denver, you're pressing like crazy. This is hard tonight, Kesty, and it's worthy of an elimination game.
The Denver Nuggets trailed by as many as 10. Down 7 at the break, leading by 5 with 6:42 to go. Nuggets 81, Heat 76. This is the NBA Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indy.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you kidding me? Gas prices are up again? Somebody has to do something.
Well, someone did. That's why I use Upside.
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that pays you back real money for every gallon of gas or diesel you buy. I just earned 25 cents back on every gallon of this tank.
So the Upside app is free and you actually get cash back every time you use it? No strings attached?
Yep, it's awesome. Check it out. It only takes a couple of minutes to sign up.
Instead of just watching your dollars go into your tank, start putting money back into your wallet with the free app from Upside. With the price of gas today, it's big news and big money. To cash out of your Upside cash, just transfer it to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card. Upside users have already earned over $200 million. Now it's your turn. Download the free Upside app and get cash back on every gallon of gas. Use promo code ESPN23 for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's code ESPN23. Use code ESPN23 for an extra 25 cents per gallon back in your first fill-up. Cashback's not available in gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
5 Hour Energy wants to give you a $25,000 Eco Charger electric ATV. Just buy any 5 Hour Energy product, snap a photo of your receipt, and upload the photo at 5hecharge.com. You could win a $25,000 Eco Charger electric ATV. Sweepstakes ends June 30th. No purchase necessary to enter. For rules and how to enter without purchase, go to 5hecharge.com. Charge up your summer with 5 Hour Energy. Enter today.
Kevin Winter with you in our Grainger studio. I want to thank all of you who logged on to our Twitter account at NBA on ESPN Radio to vote in the AutoZone In the Zone poll question. Miami led by 7 at the half, by 1 going to the fourth. Here in the fourth, Denver's outscored Miami 11-5, and with 6:42 to go, it's 81-76. Mark Kestisher, how do you feel about calling 1990s basketball? Back to you, Doris and PJ and Roz.
Turning back that score just a little bit, Kev, and one of the reasons, Doris, that Denver's been able to get back into this, they've shut off that turnover valve.
They had 10 at the half. They've only got 3 here with a 6:42 to go. can I just compliment both teams on their tenacity? I've been all over saying Miami's the toughest team physically and mentally. This hasn't been your best effort if you're Denver. You talk about two tough teams.
And altitude, we haven't talked about it yet tonight. Not just affecting the visitors, it's affecting both teams.
Yeah.
And
both teams very tired,
And in
Keston.
a low-scoring game, especially for Miami, where's that offense going to come from? Jimmy Butler, not 100%. KCP left late in the third. He is back in the game for Denver, defending. Gabe Vincent at the top of the arc. Finds Strus off the curl left, turns, fires, missed the three. Rebound contested. Jokic and Adebayo, and they'll say last touch by Jokic.
Denver's inability to get these defensive rebounds is hurting them. That doesn't look like an offensive rebound, but that's what it is. It's a team offensive rebound.
Shot clock reset to 14. Gabe Vincent will inbound. Loops it over the top to Adebayo. Back at the tip of the circle against Jokic. Tried to find Strus. Well defended by KCP, who's been going through the screen, and now a whistle on KCP.
That's a killer. He's had a couple of these, right, where 7 ticks left on the clock. It's going to reset to 14. They were in trouble, PJ.
Yeah, and he's talking to the official. It's just not a smart play. He's working really hard to deny his man the ball, but again, you give him a fresh 14.
First foul on Caldwell Pope. Inbound. Vincent has it on the right against Murray. Left-hand dribble. Pass left side. Martin Caleb drives. Sends it over to Butler. Right corner. Passes up the triple. 2 to shoot. To Vincent. Sees the clock. Floats it up. Missed it. Missed the rim as well. They'll let him play as Jokic had it in possession. Here comes Denver leading by 5. Jokic back to the basket on the three-point line. Out to Murray. Drives to the right side with Adebayo and Martin. And the pass is off of Martin's foot. Out of bounds. Shot clock to 14 for Denver.
This is a monument. This feels like a big possession, PJ.
Agreed, 100%. But Miami, you almost feel badly for them just trying to be impartial and watch the game because Jimmy Butler is so much a catalyst for their offense. And it just seems like he has no ability to lift or take it to the rim and score.
Off the inbound, Murray feeds Jokic. Short roll pass to Gordon, too hard and out of bounds.
Jokic puts his hands on his head. It's so rare you see him mistime a pass or misplace it. He put it behind him.
It's the second time, though, that Nikola could have taken an 8-foot shot.
Yeah.
He's trying to make a 4-foot play out of it. Just take the shot.
14th turnover for Denver. 5.5 to go. Miami down 5. Butler dribbling against Jokic under the basket. Passes out to Vincent. Good look at the three. Is on its way. It's missed. Rebound long. Chase down. Contavious Caldwell-Pope has it for Denver. Now to Jokic. Nearly had it knocked away. Diving. Caleb Martin couldn't come up with it. It's loose. Pass to the corner. Intercepted by Vincent. Down floor to Butler, and it's KCP, like a defensive back for the Broncos, reaching in and knocking it out of bounds.
Jokic was fouled, and there's no whistle in the backcourt. He goes over to the official and pleads his case. Like, I get you're letting him play here, but sometimes, Peach, these non-whistles.
Well, not when it's at a disadvantage.
Yeah, that's
KCP
correct.
turned it over, but he made a great hustle play back. Doris, you talked about the previous possession, how important it was. They've wasted 2 possessions.
Kyle Lowry will inbound baseline right. 3:15 to go. Lob on top to Adebayo. Guarded in the middle of the floor by Jokic. Dribble handoff Lowry. Goes to his right. Bounce to Adebayo. Flips it into the corner. Butler gets off a 3. Missed that one. Gordon can't control it. It's tipped out of bounds. And it'll go to Denver on the foul. A loose ball foul.
Kyle Lowry trying to deal with that defensive rebound by Aaron Gordon. What team foul is that here, Kesty?
That is 2 on Miami. 5 minutes to go. Denver has only 1 team foul in the quarter. And the Nuggets lead 81-76.
Denver sorely needs a good offensive possession.
81-76. We're under 5 minutes to go. 4th quarter. That is a low score you're hearing. Here's Murray. Inside pass out to Caldwell Pope. Flips it to the free throw line. The Joker floater. Nikola Jokic with another. He's got 26 here in Game 5.
It's time for him to get selfish and starting to look to shoot it.
7-point lead, Denver. Caleb Martin on the drive. Pass to the corner. Butler's 3. Hits it out of the right corner. Jimmy Butler quiets the crowd.
He's battling an ankle. He's battling a right arm issue. And I'll tell you, season on the line, big time delivery.
Monster 3 right there.
83-79. Denver's lead cut to 4 with 4:15 to go. Jamal Murray dribbling across half court. Gets the high screen from Jokic. Spin dribble. Pass to Caldwell Pope. He'll take the 3 left angle. And straight down it goes. KCP for 3. 4 minutes to go. 7-point Denver lead. Butler dribbling out on the right. Gordon defending. They're on their feet here at Ball Arena. Nuggets trying to win a championship. Butler pulls for three and hits another. Jimmy Butler coming alive in crunch time.
Spo goes back to man.
86-82. Denver's lead at 4. Murray across half court. Drives to the high post. Sends it to Porter Jr. Corner three. Missed it off the rim. Martin rebounds for Miami. Up ahead to Lowry with 3.5 minutes to go. Lowry dribbles deep. Circles around Jokic. Looks and flips to Butler. Catch and shoot three over a double team. No good. Late whistle. Denver foul. 3 free throws coming for Jimmy Butler.
They may challenge this one. Let's watch the replay.
Watching the replay in-house. And with 3:21 to go here in the fourth quarter, will they challenge the call? Mark Davis to the microphone.
Denver has called a timeout to initiate their coach's challenge.
There you go. Michael Malone will use a challenge with Jimmy Butler sitting on potentially 3 free throws and the Denver lead at 4. 3:21 to go in the game.
Far corner away from us, Kesty, and the first replay we saw kind of had from the shoulder up. It didn't really show. Where he may have gotten fouled is his feet.
He was clearly behind the three-point line as far as I was concerned. They can challenge the foul as well. We got one look from ABC. We're waiting on a second. That was not the replay we were waiting for there. And while they check it out,
he kicks Aaron Gordon.
I think it's going to be overturned. I don't think there was a foul. Well, either that or no call. But either way,
Butler extends his right arm right into the groin of Aaron Gordon, and it did not look, PJ. I know some guys kick their leg. I think this is going to be overturned as well.
Who ended up with the ball? Because that's who's going to get it. They cut the replay off as soon as Jimmy shot the ball. You have to get a replay where they follow the rest of the possession.
So we can have a reversal on the foul call. They will also check time. They will check to see possession. And while they do all that, I'll tell you tonight's attendance tracker, another sellout at Ball Arena, 19,520. Brought to you by Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Get great deals on the hottest tickets. Experience it live. A huge coach's challenge right now for Denver with 3:21 to go. And the Nuggets holding on to an 86-82 lead. Mark Kestisher, Doris Burke, PJ Carlissimo, Roz Goldenwood with you here from Denver.
You could see the entire bench of the Denver Nuggets react and make a kicking motion at the officials.
It was right in front of them.
Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. came into this game shooting 3 for 22 from 3. He's 1 for 6 after that last one. He's now 4 for 28.
And the one he made was in transition where they said he better make it, and he did. And right now, go ahead, Doris.
Yeah, I just want to make the point as we await this challenge. Just remember that the Miami Heat have played 65 of these clutch time games. So that's within 5 with 5 to play. And obviously the margin is 4. So PJ's following the replay here. Whose possession weak side? We still don't see it.
They've got Scott Foster in the replay center, so he certainly has more angles than the one we're getting. Mark Davis, the crew chief, took off his headset, spoke with David Guthrie and Josh Tibbett. Now he's back on headset talking to Scott Foster at the replay center in Secaucus.
Michael Malone looks beside himself, whatever David Guthrie just told him.
Upon review, instant replay has determined the call on the floor stands. As Jimmy Butler makes a natural move, and AG moves into his space. It's a foul.
So they called that a natural move for Jimmy Butler with Aaron Gordon moving into his space. Critical coach's challenge loss.
I
for
disagree.
I don't like the call at all. Both of the Denver defenders were inside the three-point line, and Jimmy from outside the three-point line jumped into them. I'm shocked at that call.
I am as well.
Aaron Gordon pleading his case to Mark Davis, obviously to no avail. Huge turnaround. Could have wiped it right off the books, and Denver leads by 4. And now Jimmy Butler, who scored the last 6 for Miami, will shoot 3 free throws with 3:21 left.
This is just a gutty performance. This guy's ability to come through despite how he's doing physically. Crowd going to let him hear it here.
I'm surprised he got off the ground as much as he did on that shot.
Yeah.
Butler 4 for 6 at the free throw line. They're all waving the rally towels through the clear basket to our right. Jimmy quiets them, canning the first.
He's got 3:21 to play here.
Remember the three he made, the 3 free throws that Jimmy Butler made at no time virtually on the clock.
Second one, good as well. Butler was 2 for 10, 8 points through 3 quarters, showing no lift. Clearly, the ankle, you talked about the arm today, we noticed. And he has come out so far with 7 points in this fourth quarter as he gets all 3 free throws. Miami back within 1.
This is about execution. They're going to let Aaron Gordon bring it up.
9 fourth quarter points for Jimmy Butler.
Man to man.
Jokic on top, handoff to Murray. Back to the Joker. Drives the right post on Adebayo. Handoff to Porter. Step back. Deep 2. Short. Rebounded by Martin.
Don't love the shot again, Paige.
I'm shocked.
Miami a chance for the lead with 3 minutes to go in game 5. Butler from the right. Driving out beyond the arc now on KCP. Bumps him off once. Bumps him twice into the mid-post. Turn short jumper. Good for the lead. Jimmy Butler coming alive in the fourth quarter.
Bruce Brown's at the scorer's table. I would think he's coming in for Michael Porter Jr.
Last 11 for the Miami Heat, authored by Jimmy Butler. 87-86 Heat. Murray to the right. Has Adebayo defending. Bounce pass to Jokic against Martin at the free throw line. Jokic puts it on the deck. Drives and scores. Denver back in front.
Simple post up, free throw line, efficient one dribble. Nice take by the Joker.
28-16 for Jokic. 88-87 Nuggets. 2:10 to go. Butler from the right. Dribbling from right to left. Goes to his right. Shoots a 3. Rattles out. Rebound tipped. Adebayo's got it. New Miami possession. To Butler driving. Puts it up. Got the foul. And he'll get to the line. Aggressive Jimmy Butler there.
Another offensive rebound for the Miami Heat. Denver is having a good defensive possession, but they don't finish it with the defensive rebound.
Jimmy Butler, who was scoreless in the third quarter, has the last 11 Miami points, and he's at the line with his team down 1. First one ties it. 1:58 to go here in Denver.
Got to check out here on the free throw line. Aaron Gordon jumps for it. Kyle Lowry is the guy who kept that ball alive. Kyle Lowry, all the understated things that guy does to contribute to winning, just extraordinary.
Pesty, they hadn't had a free throw, the Miami Heat, since the 9-minute mark of the second quarter.
And now Butler's hit 5 of them. 3 on that controversial play, 2 right there. Miami leads by 1.
This possession doesn't end without Jokic getting a touch.
Bruce Brown into the front court against Lowry, all over him. Gets it to Jokic, back to Brown. Shifting defense. Adebayo has him on the wing. Now to Jokic with 9. Jokic spins on the smaller Lowry, takes him into the paint. Turns, got wrestled down. What's the call? Foul or jump ball?
I think they're going to foul Lowry.
Will Eric Spoelstra use his challenge?
He's looking at the assistants. I think he's saying, I'm going to save it.
4 on Kyle Lowry.
Does give them 14 seconds.
I got to be honest, I think that's a bad call. I thought Lowry had all the ball.
Thought so too. Murray inbound to KCP, right back to Murray. Through the screen of Jokic. Drives, fades, fires, missed it. Rebound, weak side, Bruce Brown, and puts it back up and in. Denver by 1. 90 seconds to go.
Finally, an offensive rebound for the Nuggets.
90-89 Denver. A win away from a championship. 1:20 to go. Butler cuts to his right. Jimmy Butler under the basket. Pass to Strus. Left corner 3. In and out. Rebound Gordon with 1:12 to go. Strus got in there, knocked it away out of bounds. It'll stay with Denver.
Both teams have 4 team fouls right now, Kesty. So any fouls here on in are going to be free throws. But
Miami pushing up in pressure here.
Miami 14 for 16 from the free throw line. Denver 9 for 19.
Inbound to Jamal Murray, gets into the front court as the pressure backs off. He'll take some time off the clock. 1 minute to go. Denver by 1, looking for a title. To Murray, drives right of the circle. Gives it to Jokic. Jokic against Martin. Backs him down. Turns inside. Puts it up. Missed it. Tap Gordon. No. Rebound Strus with 45 seconds. Miami down 1. Kyle Lowry has it on top with 39 seconds to go. Dribbling to Butler. Jimmy Butler's been the man in the fourth quarter. Butler against Murray. Butler giving everything he's got. Cut off in the lane with 5. Turns it over on the pass outside. KCP with it. Fouled at half court. 24 seconds to go.
They did not have to foul. I'm surprised they did. There was about a 3 or 4 second differential shot and game clock.
But the way they've shot free throws, you're 9 for 19. Can KCP make some pressure shots here? He's asking for a towel from the end line.
KCP, 82% free throw shooter in the playoffs. In the regular season.
His first 2 of the game here, PJ.
Yeah, exactly. Regular season, he was 82%.
KCP quiets the crowd, now ignites him as he hits the first free throw. 2-point Denver lead.
PJ, question here. If you make the free throw and you go up 3, what do you do?
I think foul, but it's a question of what you do all year. You're not going to do it now if that's not something you've worked on the entire year. Spo's got bigger guys in for the rebound right now. Here's a shot.
KCP makes them both. Eric Spoelstra uses one of his remaining 2 timeouts. And Denver goes up 3, 92-89, 24.7 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
Well, you've got no foul to give. Both teams are in the penalty. Both teams have timeouts. Denver's got 2. Miami's got 1. 24-7 is a long time. You don't necessarily have to take it 3 right
Correct.
now.
Yep.
I don't think Denver's even thinking about committing the foul to deny the 3. But I expect Eric Spoelstra to have a whole bunch of three-point shooters on the floor with Bam Adebayo. Really what you would like to do is go quickly. If you can score quickly, if a nice open 3 shows up, fine. If not, take it to the basket because Denver does not want to foul in this situation.
PJ has talked about this throughout the course of the second half. If ever you finish a defensive possession, which Michael Malone touched on with Lisa Salters at the end of the third, we are playing good defense, but we've got to finish these defensive possessions with a defensive rebound.
Both teams have 11 offensive rebounds. If this is a miss, what Doris just talked about, that rebound might decide this game.
Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo, Doris Burke, Rosgold and Woodare, entire ESPN radio crew. Denver Nuggets fans have been waiting nearly a half century. 92-89, Nuggets leading the Heat, 24.7 seconds to go in the fourth quarter of Game 5. Jimmy Butler has the last 13 for Miami, 13 of Miami's 18 points. Duncan Robinson is in, one of the three-point shooters if they go in that direction. Robinson and Strus, Butler, Lowry, and Adebayo will be the inbounder on the left sideline, right in front of Russell Wilson and Ciara. Here we go. Adebayo's handed the ball. Finds Butler at the top. 23 seconds to go. Down 3. Butler 1 dribble. Handoff for Robinson. Nearly stolen. Back to Butler. Contested 3. Missed it. Rebound. Bruce Brown. Miami has to foul. They do with 14 seconds to go. They can almost taste it in Denver. Big free throws coming here with 14 seconds left.
Still an enormous amount of time if you're the Miami Heat, obviously. One of these 2 free throws, enormous if you're Bruce Brown.
82% in the playoffs, 76% in the regular season from the free throw line. Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown, who had 21 big points in Game 4, makes it a 2-possession game as he hits the first of 2.
Jokic is directing traffic right now, pointing out all the three-point shooters.
They're trying to get the players up next to their own man. They're trying to get the smaller guys back so they don't get a quick 3.
4-point lead, second free throw, front rim and in, up 5. 14 seconds to go. Eric Spoelstra will use his final timeout with his team down 5 here in raucous Denver.
After not being able to make free throws the entire night, KCP and Bruce Brown stepped up and made arguably the biggest free throws in the history of this franchise.
The same 2 guys who stepped up in the fourth quarter in Miami in Game 4, and that's been the story, Doris, of this Denver team. It's more than Jokic and it's more than Murray.
So I want to make the point about physical and mental toughness. To have a game where you turn it over, you miss free throws, you give up offensive rebounds, but you keep competing. We talk about heat culture. Maybe we need to talk about the Denver culture. But I also want to pay tribute to Jimmy Butler here in the fourth. Still a lot of time here, PJ. This thing isn't over.
No.
But the guy had, it looked like a night where he had absolutely nothing, and yet here he is battling through here.
He stepped up. And again, a 5-point game. Yes, 2 possessions. You would prefer a 3, but it has to be quick, whatever it is. A quick 2 or a quick 3. Talking about the defense, Denver has held Miami to 35% from the field and under 90 points.
Miami will advance the ball. They're down 94-89, 14 seconds to go in Denver. All on their feet. 3 Super Bowl titles by the Broncos, 3 Stanley Cup championships by the Avs.
Watch Kyle Lowry coming in from out of bounds.
Lowry, right base sideline. Gets it in, gets it back, shoots a 3, no good. Rebound, Caldwell Pope, 10 seconds to go. Miami's not going to foul. No team in NBA history's waited longer. After 47 years, the Denver Nuggets are finally NBA champions. They take down the Heat in 5 games. The Nuggets, the 2023 NBA champs.
They didn't make their free throws early. They made 4 big ones late. They didn't take good care of the ball. They didn't really defensive rebound.
One big points in game 4 makes it a 2-possession game as he hits the first of 2.
Jokic is directing traffic right now, pointing out all the three-point shooters.
They're trying to get the players up next to their own man. They're trying to get the smaller guys back so they don't get a quick 3.
4-point lead, second free throw, front rim and in, up 5. 14 seconds to go. Eric Spoelstra will use his final timeout with his team down 5 here in raucous Denver.
After not being able to make free throws the entire night, KCP and Bruce Brown stepped up and made arguably the biggest free throws in the history of this franchise.
The same 2 guys who stepped up in the fourth quarter in Miami in game 4, and that's been the story, Doris, of this Denver team. It's more than Jokic and it's more than Murray.
So I want to make the point about physical and mental toughness. To have a game where you turn it over, you miss free throws, you give up offensive rebounds, but you keep competing. We talk about heat culture. Maybe we need to talk about the Denver culture. But I also want to pay tribute to Jimmy Butler here in the fourth. Still a lot of time here, PJ. This thing isn't over.
No.
But the guy had, it looked like a night where he had absolutely nothing, and yet here he is battling through here.
He stepped up. And again, a 5-point game. Yes, 2 possessions. You would prefer a 3, but it has to be quick, whatever it is. A quick 2 or a quick 3. Talking about the defense, Denver has held Miami to 35% from the field and under 90 points.
Miami will advance the ball. They're down 94-89, 14 seconds to go in Denver. All on their feet. 3 Super Bowl titles by the Broncos, 3 Stanley Cup championships by the Avs.
Watch Kyle Lowry coming in from out of bounds.
Lowry, right base sideline. Gets it in, gets it back, shoots a 3, no good. Rebound, Caldwell Pope, 10 seconds to go. Miami's not going to foul. No team in NBA history's waited longer. After 47 years,